All right, hello and welcome to Gearworks and Godhood. This is our second session here with our new party, working under Percival, DeRollo, and Whitestone. Before we get into a recap, however, does anybody want to do? I think we're still low enough level. You guys might want that advantage. Anybody want to do a lore drop about their character in exchange for inspiration? No takers. Okay.
I would like to.
Okay, go for it.
So, I don't know if this will be one that is a good enough reference in this, but I'll post to the Discord later if it's not. But the canonically, Cadence's voice is very jazzy, and there is a band called Lake Street Drive. I don't know if anyone's familiar with that band, but her voice sounds like the lead singer of that um, band, though she, in her past, has spent a lot of time doing shows with more rough crowds, so she definitely has some variation. Just for context, because my voice definitely does not sound like that. That's what hers sounds like.
Okay, got it. All right. Well, inspiration for you then. All right. Well, then, hopping into today's session, we are starting the day after the events that had taken up the first session. The group had met at the Grey Hunt Manor and received some equipment that was specific for the crew of the Crimson Zodiac after being recruited by Percival DeRollo himself here to a specialty mission, a new arm of the Grey Hunt that he would be in charge of. After heading out to the outskirts of Whitestone and meeting up with the Crimson Zodiac and meeting its crew, as well as meeting up with Lord Percival, the group headed out on a mission to go and deal with a situation that had been plaguing Whitestone, although not directly in the Alabaster Sierras, a few hours away from Whitestone. A Gloomstalker, a beast of the Shadowfell, a wyvern, had made its home in the Alabaster Sierras, and given its proximity, naturally Percival DeRollo wanted it to go away. And so, with a little bit of help on the ground from the group and a display of the cannons of the Crimson Zodiac needing a little bit of calibration in order to be a little bit more effective, the group headed off to a destination requested by Coors, stopping off there for a moment before heading back to Whitestone. With another detour on the way back. Besides that, Lord DeRollo stopping by a defensive, a defensive obelisk outside of town, one that had been used decades past in order to protect Whitestone, to offer an illusory protection of the town so that none could see it if they were flying overhead. But upon inspection of this obelisk, Lord DeRollo found that it was broken and returned the Crimson Zodiac to report that with some level of concern. Given the high amount of magic coursing through the obelisks, it would not be a simple, easy task to do. We're going to pick up the next day, reporting again to the Grey Hunt Manor to see what the day will hold for all of you. But you do notice upon entry into the Grey Hunt Manor and its large kind of Gothic style architecture, you enter in seeing a new face, along with the attendant who had seen to you before. So for that, Meister, if you want to go ahead and give a description of yourself, and then if the other players want to give a description of themselves for Meister, yeah, let's do that.
So I'm in all black clothing. Can't really see my face. For the people that play Skyrim, kind of like the Nightingale armor. I'm like average height, 6 foot. A half orc, I go by the name of Malice. Yeah.
Okay. What would Malice see? Whoever wants to describe themselves, and Malice, you would see a few characters kind of walk through the doors here.
I'll go first. So basically, what you see is another average height, like 6 foot or so, red-skinned individual. He is a hobgoblin, so pointy ears, sharp teeth, the whole nine. I don't believe I said this the first time I described Kors, but he has very bright lavender colored eyes. Carries a short sword and has a spell book on his side. Just very standard clothing.
For Crane, you would see a fire genasi, like crimson colored skin with like fiery red beard and a fiery red hair, carrying a musket and being accompanied by a 9-tailed mechanical fox.
Another. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Seth.
Okay, yeah. So you'll see Cell. He's a Verdan, so he's not quite an orc, but has like orcish goblin features. Short, like a goblin, with that light blue and light green skin with bright yellow eyes. And he's wearing chainmail armor with a shield and mace on his back.
And then another red-skinned character, a red tiefling woman, comes up, and she has kind of pirate attire, but one that's a bit higher class and higher quality. Not quite Jack Sparrow, more like what you would expect to see more from a royal army, but not so flashy, but just of that quality.
Okay. And as they all walk in, you kind of all lock eyes and see each other, and see there is a female wearing a typical armor for somebody who is in the Grey Hunt, and kind of looks at all of you now arrived and says, I see you have you met the new recruit here? And she kind of looks around. This is I'm sorry, your name was? Looks to Malice.
I go by Malice.
Malice. Well, Lord Derolo speaks quite well, so glad to have you as part of the team here. And she goes and kind of goes to some counters that have some boxes behind it and brings it over to you. And you see that there is the emblem here on top of the city of Whitestone, and you can see the sun tree kind of emblazoned on the top of it, and familiar to the other four from the day before having received this. But as you open it up, you see a couple pieces of gear here, and if you want to add to your character sheet into your inventory, look them up here. There are 4 items that are for Crimson Zodiac crew members. You see that there's a belt here in here. You see a pair of boots, small little, it looks kind of almost like a charm that has leather straps. It looks like it goes across the shoulders, as well as a bracer that has, looks like some Gearworks underneath it. And she kind of goes over and explains the items and how they will help getting onto the Crimson Zodiac. And rather than kind of rehash those, we can go over that stuff. It does give a description in the items if you want to take a look at those and see what they do. But essentially kind of standard fare for those who are going to be flying on an airship. And she says, well then, Lord Derolo could not make it here himself today, but at the end of the day yesterday when you all arrived, he sent off scouting parties to each of the obelisks the defensive obelisks around Whitestone. 2 of the parties have returned. The 3rd has not. And I have word from Lord Derolo. He would like you all to travel out there and see if you can find out what may be the problem.
Real quick, could you describe the setting again? Are we at like a tavern?
Yeah, so right now you're in the Manor of the Grey Hunt. This is a large Gothic style building here, and for you, Malice, you would have just arrived into Whitestone, and Whitestone itself is an old city, but a remote city off kind of in a peninsula on the northwest of Taldore. And it's nestled in kind of in between mountains and forest in almost a kind of valley-like setting. It is very ideal. When you would have arrived into a town, what you would have noticed right away is that all of the citizens here are very happy. They're very cheerful. They seem well taken care of. You don't notice any impoverished people or any poverty on the streets. And as you made your way into town, you would have reported to Whitestone Castle or the Pale Guard that you had arrived and received notice to come here today, this morning, to the Manor of the Grey Hunt to report to meet your fellow team members, ones who had also been requested to be on the Crimson Zodiac. And the Manor of the Grey Hunt itself it's kind of residential looking. It is meant to be residential, but the mistress of the Grey Hunt, who is in charge, she is actually just in Whitestone Castle. Whitestone Castle is Lady Vexalia Derolo, the wife of Lord Percival Derolo.
Would we have completed a long rest
Yes.
from the last session? Okay.
Yeah, you can all mark a long rest for sure.
Cute. Those level 3 resources. Well, given that we are full health again, I would probably just ask her when we should expect the ship, or if we're going by horseback, or...
Lord Derolo needed the ship for other business today. So if horses are needed, then you can find those with the Pale Guard. They'll be happy to get you proper accommodations if you need.
Mm-hmm. Okay, thank you. I'll turn to the group and I'll say, so I think that the horses may be a good call. Depending on what's going on, we may need a speedy escape, and they might need us there sooner than later. Does that work for you all?
I agree. I think the horses is a really good call.
And same here.
Head to the stables. Pick the cutest horse.
For the rest of the group, Malice is still trying to get a feel of the group, like studying everybody, trying to like fit in and settle in. So I won't be talking as much.
Yeah. The whole last session, that was pretty much the first of it. All of us were very like, I'm just watching the other people. So I don't think that would faze anyone here in the group. And at the stables, if there's a horse that kind of gives off that war horse, stern, stoic vibe, she'll probably walk that one over to Malice and make a joke of that. Might be a good one for him.
Sure. So if the group I would ask before you go to the stables, was there anything the group wanted to do, or just kind of head to the stables and head out?
Yeah.
It's just a kind of general Whitestone morning.
Malice could really go for a stout right now.
Well, there's also a great bakery in town, so if baked goods are anything to your liking, we've got an inn there. Well, we actually have 2 inns there.
That's true.
I don't need food. I just need a drink.
I think you'll fit in just fine here.
So the group would remember, I mean, Cadence has been staying at the Journey's End. You all had met up there to have a meal on behalf of the Derolos, paid for by them to kind of get to know one another. That would probably be the closest one, and it would be on the way to the staples you would need to go to.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay. Let me change the vibe up a little bit and music here if you're going to a tavern.
The nestled nook.
Hey now.
Wrong universe.
Right universe, wrong continent. All right. So as you leave the kind of solemn feel of the Grey Hunt Manor and walk through Whitestone, everybody is you really kind of out and about by the time you have made your way through here. In the morning, you see there are some market stalls. You smell just wonderful smells of like herbaceous foods and cooking bread. And as you go through, just like you can kind of see even just in some of the vendors' meats out on the table. It seems you feel the prosperity of Whitestone as you walk through here to the Dawnfather Square. And as you do, you see the let me get my notes up here. Yeah, you see the familiar sign with the raven's feather carved and painted on it, and enter into the lively tavern that, even though it's morning, has a fair bit of patrons. I would say maybe half full at this point, and you see that there is a couple of dishes that are being brought around by the male dwarf attendant here, Iron Shade, who you had talked with a little bit the day before. But he kind of gives the yell over to y'all. Sit where you want. I'll come for your order in a minute.
Malice, I'm gonna go find a seat in the corner.
Even though Iron Shade said that, I'm just gonna walk straight up to the bar if Glorella's there and just ask for a round of courage.
Okay.
Cadence, while you're there, could you bring me a stout?
Yeah, I'll order one, and I also bring you one of the house ales. They're pretty good here.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So for 2 courages and something a little more stout, that would be 1 gold, 5 silver. And Gloria says, thank you for that. How's everything going with you?
It's going, as one might expect. That Percival, he's quite something, isn't he?
She looks around. Well, most people here can't complain, but he is something.
Yes. Well, I hope that this courage, and I gesture down at the drinks, will help us for what's next. And we'll catch up soon, okay?
It's always a pleasure, Cadence.
You as well.
You have your 3 drinks. What about the other 3 of you? Are you just kind of heading to the table as well, or are you guys getting in on some morning drinking, some day drinking?
I'm probably just head to the table.
Okay, got it.
You said 1 gold and 1 silver?
1 gold, 5 silver pieces.
Which is it? Is it SP?
Yeah.
Sorry,
And
I'm
five. No, that's okay. 10 silver pieces equals 1 gold. So, however, makes sense to break it down for you.
Don't worry about it. I got this. First round's on me.
Thank you. Next round's on me.
Well, if the lot here rides horses anything like they ride giant goats, we might want to save that until after we return.
So I take it no one's a morning person?
Well, I think after the trip we had out last time, at least I know myself, I went into it one way, I guess, and came out a bit more humble. So if Lord Rollo is sending us out to this, I think that we should try and have our wits about us. And the comment about the giant goats, and she'll look and see if the other people are listening, and just mention under her breath, kind of last time we rode on giant goats, and that was quite an adventure. Some of us were a little bit more skilled at it than others, but you know, everyone has their strengths.
We'd love to hear the tale someday.
If you're lucky, you might even be able to see it.
Are the drinks there yet?
Oh yeah, she brought the drinks to the table. Yeah, for sure. Like she was given the drinks to have to the table.
Is she taking orders for like breakfast and stuff?
Yeah, Iron Shade. We'll say at that point, Iron Shade comes back around and kind of has a little bit of a grumpy look on his face for it being even half full this morning. All right, what do y'all want?
What do you got?
We got. It's like a. Well, we take some of the venison stew and we keep it stewing overnight. Mix it with some bread. It's kind of like a stew bowl, and we throw some eggs in there. We got that. That's a gold piece. And then we just got roasted potatoes and vegetables. That's just 5 silver pieces.
You guys all want a stew bowl?
Yeah, I'll take one.
Yes, please.
All right.
Absolutely.
5 stew bowls.
All right, 5 gold pieces.
I flick him one of my gold.
Yeah, same.
Yep, I'll slam a gold on the table and slide it over to Cran.
And then I'll just put 5 pieces of gold on the table and say, breakfast on me.
Oh.
Big spender. Yeah.
Right.
I like this group.
Everybody's giving out free stuff.
As he says that, I'm gonna stop sliding the gold piece and then kind of like flip it between my fingers and throw it back in my pocket.
That's a neat trick.
Yeah, it's alright. It's nothing fancy.
If you want, you can roll a sleight of hand check to see how fancy it is.
Oh, don't mind if I do. First roll tonight. Watch, I just completely jack this up. Oh, 18.
18? Yeah, it's real smooth. Yeah, it's kind of like over the knuckles, do a
Yeah.
little spin in there too. Maybe throw just a little magic flair on it.
Oh,
The billowing cloak.
oh yeah! Totally forgot about that.
That's
What's
great.
the boy's name? What's the waiter's name?
Oh, Iron Shade.
Iron Shade?
Iron Shade, yeah. He's a dwarf. Just has on real simple clothes, just kind of just like a cloth shirt and leather pants. Got little braids right now, just a braid on each side of the beard.
Is he still there, or did he go back to the...
I mean, he's moving around a lot, so you could catch him if you want to, for sure.
Hey, dwarf.
Comes back over. Hi, the name's Iron Shade.
My name is Malice.
Nice to meet you, Malice. Officially, I guess. Now you don't have to call me dwarf anymore.
I suppose
little
not.
look on his
Do you
face.
serve whiskey here?
We got green tier whiskey. It's a bit strong, but it'll do the job.
It's
I'll
pretty
take
good.
it.
We had it last night.
I'll take 3 shots of that.
Ah,
It's been a rough week.
a real rough week, I guess. Well, that'll be 6 gold pieces for 3 shots. Of
Oh,
green
shit.
tier.
Make that... Make that 1 shot.
No. All right. Not that hard of a week, huh?
No.
I'll
Alright,
throw
one
I'll
shot.
throw some gold his way to help him out. You said it was
Okay.
6 for 3.
6 for 3.
All right, I'll slide him 4.
Okay.
Thanks, lad.
No problem.
All right. Well, we'll bring those out with the stews. He goes back. Probably about not too much longer. 6-7 minutes later, he comes back out with a tray full of the 5 stews of bread bowl and 3 shots of green tier whiskey. You take a sniff. Real strong.
I start chugging the shots.
Jesus.
Yeah, that'll do the trick for sure. Go ahead and roll a Constitution saving throw for me.
I die of alcohol poisoning.
New character.
What am I rolling?
Constitution saving throw. So saving throws are going to be on the top left of the character sheet, and then CON is going to be the one you're looking for. And then just roll a d20 and add whatever modifier you have for that saving throw.
15.
15, okay. Yeah, it gets you nice and buzzed. A little past buzz even. You are not so drunk that you're throwing up or anything like that.
No, but I'm gonna put my head down like this.
Yeah. no poison condition for you on that. You're able to hold it pretty well.
I'm gonna just eat my food like this.
You often ride horses after that much alcohol? Or is this about to be a fun adventure?
I even talk to horses.
You talk to horses?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, then I'm sure you can ask them to be easy on you then, huh?
That's the plan.
It's fascinating. I look forward to seeing that.
Yeah, me too.
Can I roll insight on that?
Sure, yeah, go ahead and roll it.
See if he's bullshitting. It's 23.
Yeah, horsey.
23. I would say. I would say, Malice. If you're deceiving, you can roll a counter deception check. Otherwise, you can roll a persuasion check, and at the tire, you can kind of say what you like about that.
So which one will this be?
Deception if you were lying about it. Persuasion if you weren't. And if you can do 23, then you can, keep it hidden if you want. Otherwise, it'll give them some info.
So I just click on persuasion.
Yeah, just click on that. That'll work.
It's gonna be an 8.
An 8. Okay. Yeah. I mean, seems to me he's telling the truth. Although I will say, Mouse, looks like you do need to get your prepared spells or the spells that you have that you want to learn set up. Make sure here I'm telling you the right thing. Yeah, it looks like you do need to go in and actually pick which spells you have learned. So you need to actually make that true, but otherwise, it's certainly within your wheelhouse of stuff that you could do.
When Cadence is hearing this, she's not sure whether it's, by magical means or whether he's just at this point thinking he's going to be talking to horses. But either way, anyone who's seeing her reaction of it is just she's very entertained by the concept, regardless of how much truth is behind it or not.
All right, and let's see here.
I'm liking the music in here.
At hearing that, Cadence is gonna try and keep in mind the kind of music being played, so later she might try and recreate the ditty.
Okay. I would say go ahead. Man, not a... go ahead and roll just a performance check. See if you can kind of get that in your head.
Okay, let's see here. 18.
18, okay, yeah. You can add that song to your repertoire if you would like. Journey's End lively tune.
And have I already met Percy?
I would say so, yeah. You would have met him probably just briefly and would have corresponded with letters after that, but he would have come to meet you personally to ask for you to be in this group. And so you would know a little bit of context that Percy has commissioned an airship called the Crimson Zodiac, and he will be not captaining the ship, but will be in charge of sending you guys as a team across Taldore and all of Exandria, the world, to either gather information, do special missions, whatever he would see fit at that point. Yeah.
Cool.
And what you would know of Lord DeRolo, he is kind of very stoic. He's a tinkerer. Here in Whitestone, you can see, even in the middle of Dawnfather Square, a large clock tower that looks over the city, kind of stands in a contrast to the natural view of the Sun Tree. So there is a level of kind of admiration for Percy across Taldore. And you would know his reputation would have preceded him before you met him, and does even more so here in Whitestone. After a few minutes, Ironshade comes back to the table, sees if anybody else wants any drinks or anything else, and kind of asks the group, leans in a little bit closer and whispers, You all getting involved with that business outside of town? There's been rumors of Pale Guard going to check out some of the defenses around the city.
We're gonna go take a look around, make sure everything's up to snuff, if you will. What other stuff have you heard about it? Just that they're going out there, or?
Yeah, just non-routine patrols being sent. Anything we should be worried about?
I think it's probably more maintenance than anything else. You know how things go. It's great, and every once in a while, you just need to check up and see what needs to be fine-tuned.
Go ahead and roll a deception check for me on that one.
Thank you. Also, yikes. Okay, let's see. Ooh. Not great. Ironshade has spent many times talking to her, and so, where maybe somebody else might have believed her a little bit more, she rolled an 8 with him.
An 8? Okay, got it. He kind of raises his eyebrow a little bit. Huh, interesting. All right.
And this is in earnest. She'll say, I'll let you know if there's anything that I think would be worrisome to you.
Well, I appreciate that. All right. Well, let me know if y'all need anything.
Thank you.
I have a question, Ironshade.
Sure, what do you got?
Is that a nickname or is that your actual name?
It's my dwarven name, given to me back where I come from in Craghammer.
I like it.
Thank you. Mouse isn't so bad either. Got a real ominous tone to it.
Yeah, that's what my people gave me. That's all I have.
Where do you come from, if you don't mind me asking?
Oh, Malice wasn't ready for that question.
For sure. You know, as soon as I asked it, I was like, we didn't talk about that, so maybe I should have asked it.
I'm just going to say from next door town.
Big town next door.
Big town and none your business.
I thought Terrence will kind of give eyes to Ironshade and say, remember, he said he had a rough week. Maybe after we return and we have another set of drinks, you'd be more apt to have some of these deeper conversations.
All right. Not trying to pry.
Maybe over a free drink next time.
Well, that's some pricey information there. We'll see how it goes. Hands off.
So, Malice, if you don't mind me asking, what's your thing? Like, what are you good at? I suppose, in terms of getting into some shit later on.
I love getting into shit.
Yeah.
I love shooting things. I have a bow and arrow. I'm not
Okay.
one of those up in your face. I like to, you don't see me, you're dead.
Well, that explains the name.
And what I'm wearing, yeah.
Oh yeah.
I like to be in the shadows.
Well, that'll be very handy.
Yeah, I think that's why Percy chose me. What about you? What are you good at?
Kind of a mixed bag, honestly. A little bit of magic, a little bit of combat, up close.
I like
still
it.
kind of learning about what I'm capable of doing.
So I can watch your back on the battlefield. Cool.
Yeah, appreciate it.
And then Crane, is it? That's it,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
What are you good at?
I'm good at shooting this bad boy. I lift up the musket on my back.
Nice. I always wanted to shoot one of those.
And I made this little guy here as I reach down and start petting my mechanical fox. This is Kip.
It's pretty badass.
Thank you.
And it's made out of metal.
Yeah.
And the rest of you, Cell, Cadence.
You can go ahead, Cadence.
Cadence grabs the loot from her back and kind of spins around and just gives it a strum and says, I'm just here for the entertainment. But she's got kind of a funny look on her face, and you see that in her spin, she's got a really long rapier at her side. And she kind of just has a smirk like, there's probably a little bit more to that, but she does play tunes from time to time.
Looking at what you're wearing, I guess you love booty.
More than you'd know, sir. More than you'd know. I've spent some time around several pirates. A lot of travels, a lot of story collecting, a lot of secrets and mystery, and the whole lot of it. Natural born storyteller, I guess you could say I am.
Okay.
So you best believe, she looks at the whole group, that I'm watching all of you to be making songs about this strange group of adventurers. This is honestly one of the most mishmash groups I've been a part of, and I am so intrigued to see where this goes.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say we'll have plenty of eyes on us wherever we go.
Yes. Well, if I'm getting beat up like I did last time, I sure hope not. That wasn't a good look.
Yeah, that was a bit of a experience. It's first time getting together. Here's this Gloomstalker that you guys should go fight.
I would really honestly expect nothing less from Percy for the first time.
Cadence did a hell of a job keeping the Gloomstalker off the rest of us.
That is true.
Yeah, that was certainly my intention. And, in my thinking back and writing the story of that awesome fateful time, might leave out some of the more embarrassing moments, like getting picked up and flown away with. But, that's part of being the natural born storyteller. You get to write your own stories.
We'll make one hell of a story.
Speaking of stories and what lies ahead, if we finish up with breakfast here, I believe that we've got a route to go and follow.
Yeah, I should head to the stables and check out these horses.
Yes, I agree.
I'm ready to talk to the horse.
Sel, did you want to give a description of yourself as well for the table?
Yeah.
What you can do in combat?
Yeah. So, seeing that he's got this mace that's almost as big as him, yeah, he can hold it with one hand. Yeah, this is my trusty Lightbringer. Helps me, hit the bad guys. And then, yeah, I'm what you would call, I guess, a cleric. I'm kind of under the Everlight. She helps guide me. And I got bits of red trim on that mithril armor. It's kind of like flaring out towards the deity. More than likely, I'll probably be your guys' I guess they call them tanks. They get up and draw enemies towards me so I can let you guys do what y'all need to do.
So we have a tank, a sniper, shooter, an instigator, and I look at Quartz and you.
Yes, and I.
A hell of a baker.
I said that because I forgot what he's good at.
Truly, he's my favorite of our whole group.
I come with snacks.
They're pretty good.
Can I have some?
I will look in my bag and see what I have left.
Didn't
When
you
we get back
have,
on
like,
the
a baker's
airship.
dozen?
Or just give it to me at our next rest stop.
Yeah, I got you.
And once Percival comes back with our airship, I've been told that we're going to have it be stocked regularly. So you will have your fill there. And I assure you, it will make whatever is ailing you much better.
Can't wait to see this ship.
Okay.
Well, I
Go
am
ahead.
good. Yeah, I would say I'm good whenever everyone else is.
Okay, I stand up.
I'm ready to see this man talk to a horse.
As am I.
Show me this. Show me this stable.
You all head out from the journey's end, and easy enough, you're able to find the headquarters of the Pale Guard, in which they guide you to a stable. You kind of just go up to a couple of Pale Guards at the entrance there and let them know who you are, and they head out for about 10 minutes or so, and then come back in, lead you to the stable where you all can pick out a horse if you would like. Rather than me give you descriptions of a bunch of horses, if you guys want to describe your horses that you choose, you can do that instead. If you want to, don't go.
I want a dark horse.
Okay. You're able to easy enough find a all black horse off to one side of the stable.
Are we all in the stable now?
Yes.
Okay. So the fresh air hit me, and now I'm like a little bit more drunk.
Okay,
I look
good.
at the group, and I'm like, okay, are you guys ready?
For this horse talking?
Yeah. Malice clears his throat.
Absolutely.
Clears his throat. He looks the horse in the eyes, and he says,
Yeah, he's
What the hell was that?
Told you I speak to horses.
Okay, well, doesn't look like it. Well, I don't know. There's a horse
Did the
react.
horse respond?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Go ahead and roll an animal handling check. Yeah.
Let's see this. This is gonna be bad.
Cadence has so much joy and glee radiating from her eyes right now. She is loving this.
So it looked like an 18, but then it ended up being a 5.
A 5. Okay, got it. So it kind of just looks at you, and you can kind of hear it stomp a little bit on the other side. You hear a couple stomps against the ground. No, nothing back though.
I love this horse. I'll take it.
Got it. The kind of, you see that there's some, like, at this point you had talked to the guards, but you were kind of led here to this point to some younger recruits, probably like mid like I would say even like early 20s, and they just kind of give like a oh sure yeah, and they like looking for something to. They kind of don't look like they know what they're doing very much, so they kind of head back outside and come back in, and with a little more confidence, say, "Oh, absolutely, you can take that one." And everybody else can grab horses as well if you'd like to head out from there.
I'm just gonna say, Cell's gonna be on a Shetland pony.
I got it.
Yeah.
A little bit smaller one for Cell, so that it is a bit more accommodating to his size.
There you go. Yeah.
But from there, the 5 of you head out of the city from Whitestone, and it's once you get past the gate beyond the walls, it is forest right away. As you travel, and you are here heading to the western obelisk. This was the one where the scouting party had not returned yet. But once you leave Whitestone, you pass into forest. There is a road that you can take that will get you there. But as the horse, you hear the hoofbeat of horses on the ground kind of clomping down the trail. How fast are you guys traveling? Are you just going at a casual pace? Are you trying to go quick? How are you traveling here?
I don't want to throw up, so...
Okay. So probably a little bit slower.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
right now.
Plus, we have the pony in the back.
She's not fast, but we'll get there.
But reliable.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. And then what's what's marching order for you guys? How are you guys traveling? Probably pony in the back, I would imagine.
I can be in the front.
I want to be behind the pony
Okay, should be behind the pony in the back.
right now.
I can be in the middle.
I'm cool with also being in the middle.
Yeah.
I want Kip to be like, I don't know, 15 feet off to the side, kind of
Okay.
like trying to go through the bushes if he can.
Okay, like keeping an eye out for stuff, or just
Just kind of,
you know?
scouting a little bit here and there.
I'd say go ahead and roll a perception check for Kip.
Uh, 12.
12. Okay. Here's some, typical animal sounds. Kip kind of comes and gives you've got a little bit of a we'll say like a little bit of language between the two of you about alerting to something going on. So I will say you don't necessarily, not like a familiar where you feel or see the things that Kip feels, but Kip does not seem to alert to anything going on off on the side while you travel here down this road.
Okay, I guess I would also command him like any small game that he comes across to see if he can't catch that and bring it back to me.
Oh, nice. I'll say go ahead and just roll like a general survival check then for that.
I went to the back of the line so I can take a nap on the horse. So I'll be riding with my eyes closed, just
21.
trusting the horse.
So with a 21, I'd say go ahead and roll a d6.
2.
2. Kip comes back with 2 rabbits.
Oh, hell yeah. I'm just going to kind of hang them off the horse.
Nice. Okay, cool. And for Malice on the back trying to ride while sleeping, I would say go ahead and roll an animal handling check at disadvantage for having been drinking and trying to sleep. Kind of hard to handle the animal while asleep.
How do I do it with disadvantage?
So you can right click. If you're rolling through the app, you can right click and choose disadvantage and then hit it. Yeah.
It's fancy. Two.
Oh boy. Okay, so all of you hear behind you kind of a thud on the ground. All right, that's not bad. Malice, you do take 1 point of bludgeoning damage as you fall and kind of like hit your head a little bit on the ground. You have a little bit of a headache after that. Yeah, you definitely fall off the horse with the 2.
Someone help me up.
Cadence will circle back, but she's trying real hard not to laugh.
I'd hear the thud and be like, "What in the hell?" And I'd turn around and it'd take me a minute to get off the horse and try to pick him up.
I would say with Cadence and Cell's help of both, you guys don't need to roll for helping him up. You can definitely help him up.
Just lay me on the horse until I sober up. Anybody have rope?
Malice, you're saying you'd like me to tie you to this horse?
Tow me. No. Put me on the horse and then put a rope around my horse. That way. Yeah.
Less fun, but yes, I will do that.
Okay. So with a little bit of guidance from the other horses, Malice sleepily rides the rest of the way. And it's not a terribly long trip, I would say. On horseback, probably about 45 minutes to an hour or so is all it takes to get to where this obelisk is. And you kind of crest the hill and see it maybe 50, 60 feet ahead of you. And it is a little bit off of the road. It's not directly in the road or anything. But you do know exactly where it's at. You've been told where it's at. Some of you have seen it before, even having spent time in Whitestone. And as you crest over this hill, let's have everybody give me a perception check.
That is 24.
Oh,
11.
11. Okay.
A natural 20.
Okay.
16.
16. Okay. So I would say, Crane, you're able to see there is something on the ground up ahead, kind of surrounding this obelisk, this kind of small obelisk. Cadence and Cores, both of you rolled high enough to see that there are bodies around the obelisk.
Do they look like they're in any particular pattern?
I would say roll an insight check.
Insight, not investigation, just because it's from afar?
I'd let you roll either of them. That's fine.
Okay. Nat 20 plus 2.
Plus 2, so 22. Okay, got it. So as you kind of get up closer and look here, it doesn't seem to be any kind of pattern. But if you get down and are looking closer, kind of as part of that investigation, you do see that there are injuries on here. Well, I guess what you would see first, very easy to tell, these are Pale Guard from Whitestone. You see that they have the armor with the sun tree on it. Their weapons are still on them or near them. With that high of investigation check, you can see that let's see, there's 5 of them in total. All of them have odd bite marks of some sort. And 2 of them have burns on their legs. And you can see next to one of the bodies, there's this odd black rock on the ground over the dirt that seems to feel warm to the touch.
Would I recognize these bites?
Go ahead and roll, I would say, a medicine. You could go medicine or like nature.
Okay. 10.
10.
Okay.
Hard to
Are
tell.
there any like tracks coming to where it is or leaving the area?
Go ahead and roll a survival check.
Can I also roll to see if I know the bite marks?
Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
Would Cell be able to spare the dying them?
They do look very dead. You'd be, without even having to
they're
roll,
dead.
they do
Okay.
look pretty dead. Yeah.
Okay.
For that survival, that was a nat 20 for a 27 total.
27. Wow. Okay. And then just since this is all kind of happening at once, what was the check for Crane to
13.
13? Okay. With a 13, you can tell it's kind of a canine bite. So that is, as you're kind of looking down while everybody's looking around, you can get a sense of canine, but that's about it. Cores, as you look down, you do see some tracks around this area with a 27. Oh boy, those do look canine also, but very large canine. And the odd thing is though that there's no tracks leading in or out of the area. There is only tracks right around the obelisk itself. And in following these tracks and trying to figure out where they go, you see on the ground about 15 feet away from the obelisk a small device. Not very large, probably about 2 to 3 inches in diameter.
Without touching it, I would try to examine it.
Okay. I would say that you do see some words on it. I'll just roll that into your 27 rather than make you roll again because you can kind of just see it here. But I am going to send you a message with what it says on there.
And then this is just in common.
Yes, it is.
Okay. So I let everybody know that I found this device over here. And then on the device it says, Stone of White and Heart of Black. What do the noble Derolos lack?
And as Kors is saying these words to all of you, the device itself, you start to hear it like a click, click, and it starts to almost start moving. Kind of one of the rings on it is rotating one way and the other is rotating another way. And you didn't actually see a lot of these Gearworks at first, but things are moving very quickly and it shoots up this small little ball. It's just like a little orb, almost looks like a marble to you. And you kind of just think, what is that? And as you watch, this marble splits open this rift in front of you, and you see running out of it three, maybe 6. It's hard to tell what is coming out of this rift that has been created here. I think that's about time to roll initiative.
Yep.
I'm going to do a real quick bathroom break while I get set up here, and then we'll get going.
Could be worse. I thought it was a bomb.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, there's still time to see if it's worse or not.
I was gonna say it's like
Tick. I was like, throw that thing.
it's like an even worse bomb than I would think. It's sending out multiple creatures to us.
Yeah, we can fight those. I mean, I can't fight a bomb going off in my hand.
No, that's fair.
But aren't you like made of fire? Does that even like?
Oh, I'm resistant to fire. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, same dudes.
Are you?
If it was
not?
just a
Who else got it?
firebomb.
I just assumed everybody with red skin was immune to fire at this point.
I am not.
No. Good to know though that you are too, Crane, which I should have guessed because you're a fire genasi. So, if there are any fire-related tasks, you and I would be good at handling those.
Fire squad.
Woo-hoo! Also, Flynn, I totally just realized today that Crane is spelled with 2 N's and then Flynn is spelled with 2 N's.
It's actually
And-
the first 3 letters of my last name and then the last 3 letters of my first name. Like
I love that.
Sword art.
I just saw it and it made me laugh, and I was totally gonna interrupt during the narrative. So I was like, "Oh, Flynn!" And I was like, "Oh my gosh, Bree, stop!"
You're like, where have I seen YNN before?
Yeah, I was making a little character glossary in my notebook, so I don't have to flip back through my notes because I am notorious for taking a stupid amount of notes, which is really helpful, but then it makes it really hard to find things. And so I made a character glossary to be helpful, and I was writing it out, and I was like, "Oh."
I was really tempted to name Kip Olivia, but then I was like, nah, because if something happens, I'll just be really bummed.
I feel that. Like in our main, very first campaign, we had a bunch of wolves, and they were named different things, but like one of them, I was like, "This represents Scooby" and all that, and I told Josh, I was like, "If you kill them, I will never forgive you."
He's like, well, can't do that.
Yeah.
You do that. Okay, so Cors, what was your initial?
14.
14. How about Crane?
17.
And then Cadence?
15.
Malice.
Doing so now. Just got back.
Okay, cool. Cell, 16 for you?
I got a 13.
13. Oh, weird. It auto-filled.
Saving throw.
I'll
right?
take 16 though. Yeah.
Yeah, I think 13 is good.
No, I'm kidding.
No, so for this, so Malice, your initiative is kind of in the top middle there. Looks like you have a +1, so it's a D20 +1 for initiative.
Yeah, if you click the initiative box, it'll auto roll it next to your AC.
18.
There you go.
18, perfect. Yeah, auto-filled in for me, perfect. Okay.
So what are we looking at?
So what you're looking at here, you have an obelisk in the middle. Malice, this is you over here. This is Cadence. We got Crane. This is Cors. And Cell, we got you over here on the other side. Out of this portal, you see 3 death dogs, is what it looks like. They are 2-headed canines of some sort running out of this portal. And you can see as they do, it closes behind them, kind of, and the device falls back down. And they are frothing at the mouth, barking, vicious. Ready to attack. Malice, you are first up in initiative order. Crane, you're on deck.
Cool. So I guess I haven't added my weapons. I'll shoot at the dog.
Okay, let's see here. We got to get some weapons in here so we can see what you're doing. Okay, if you refresh your sheet, I added their longbow there for you, so that will tell you what your mods are for attacking. And you can just click that for the hit and the damage rolls. Which one would you like to attack? So we've got 3 here. This one looks different than the other 2. It looks bigger than the other 2, has kind of shorter hair. These 2 have longer hair. They don't look quite as big. and they kind of have a brown color to them. The larger one is all black.
I want to shoot the big dog.
Okay, yeah, go ahead and roll an attack on him. So that's going to
Let's
be,
click
if you
on
go to
the-
actions and then attacks, that'll show you what you have, and then your hit DC, you click that, and that'll roll with your longbow.
Got a 15.
15. A 15 will hit, yeah. So go ahead and roll damage on that. That's going to be the dice next to it. So if you click that 1d8 plus 1, that'll tell you how much damage you deal.
8.
8, nice. Okay. So, Cadence, as you're looking at this, you feel an arrow whiz past your left ear. And, Cores, you see an arrow thud into the shoulder of the death dog out in front. All right. Anything else for your turn, Malice? On your turn, you have an attack. You have movement, which your movement is 30 feet, so you can move up to 30 feet. You have a bonus action, and then free action, which is like picking something up or something really basic.
I'm going to move further away and shout, bullseye.
Nice. Okay. How far away do you want to move? You want to use your full movement?
Yeah, my full movement.
Okay. And then which direction do you want to go here?
By the tree over there.
By the tree? Okay. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. We'll put you... Oh, you gotta keep it there. Put you right behind the tree. All right.
Gonna take a quick leak and then end my turn.
Okay, got it. Okay, Crane, you're up next. Cadence, you're on deck.
I'm going to use my bonus action and command Kip to protect Cores.
Okay, let me get a animal here for Kip, because I don't have a nine tails yet.
Then I want to move 10 feet toward that tree that Malice just moved to.
Okay. 5, 10.
And then take a shot with my musket at the same one that Malice shot.
Okay, yeah, go ahead and roll that attack.
A 15?
15 will hit, yeah, same thing. You all hear the loud explosion from the musket as Crane gets a hit in.
I whisper under my breath, so fucking jealous.
That's 8 points of damage.
8 points of damage. Nice. Okay, got it. You now with the arrow in its shoulder, you see a splatter of blood from the musket shot. A little bit splatters onto you, Cores.
And then that is where I'm going to end my turn.
Okay.
It says that Kip would go right after my turn.
Okay.
So he
he's
would
gonna
just
defend.
move up to defend, yeah.
Got it. Okay. Cores, you see the mechanical nine-tailed fox move up next to you. Cadence, what's your dex?
My dex is +0 with the total of 11.
Okay, I apologize. You are sharing an initiative with the two smaller death dogs, and they have a higher dex, so they're going to go first.
Got it.
Okay, so let's see here. So this one's gonna turn and start moving towards Cell, and gonna make its first bite attack against him. That first one's gonna be a 21 to hit.
That'll hit.
All right. So that's gonna be 4 points of piercing damage, and I need you to roll a Constitution saving throw.
Actually, can I do silvery barbs on that?
Oh, on the attack?
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, you can do that.
Okay.
On the reroll is a natural 1, in fact. So you do not take damage, Cell. As it moves to attack you, you see... Actually, what's the range on silvery barbs?
60 feet.
It's 60. Okay, yeah, you're good then. So it comes to bite you, and you see this silvery flash of light as that stops the effect from happening.
My lady, thank you, Cadence.
Always.
Second bite attack.
Nope.
That's going to be an 18 to hit.
Oh, hits.
Hits also. Okay, got it. All right, so this one's going to be 5 points of piercing damage, so you do take some. Then we do need a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. And then I rolled a 14.
A 14. Okay, that saves. You are not poisoned.
Nice.
All right, so that is both of its attacks. This one here is going to move up and going to try and attack Cores. Now, is it a reaction from Kip on that to when it's in defensive mode, or it's disadvantage?
Yeah, he's gonna burn his reaction to make the attack disadvantage.
Disadvantage. Okay, and is it just that one attack?
Yeah, just one.
Got it. Okay, so first attack against Cores here with disadvantage. That's a 7 to hit. I assume that doesn't hit Cores.
It does not hit.
Okay, second bite attack against Cores. Then that one is going to be a 15 total to hit.
That doesn't hit.
Does not hit. All
Does
right.
not. Nope.
Very nice. Okay. With a little bit of aid from Kip antagonizing the death dog in front of you, trying to nip at it to get its attention of one of the heads, you are able to successfully dodge the attacks. That does bring us now to Cadence.
Fantastic. I will bring out my crossbow.
Okay.
And shoot it at the black one to try and distract it away and not go and attack Cores as well.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and roll an attack on him.
Okay. 16?
A 16 definitely hits. Yeah, go ahead and roll some damage on that.
That would be 6.
Nice.
No, I'm sorry. That would just be 5.
Just 5. Okay, got it. Okay. The crossbow comes out, and ting, you hear the pull of the whiz of the crossbow bolt cores as it flies by you, turning this larger death dog into a pincushion here. Anything else for your turn, Cadence?
I would like to move. Let's do. Yeah, I'll move 30 feet. Like towards the camera and around to try and again distract the death dog going in the other direction. Yeah, but if I could, actually, yeah.
Like that?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, got it. All right, anything else?
Nope, that'll be it.
All right, Cores, you're up next. Cell, you're on deck.
All right. I'm gonna start off by using my Fey gift and give Kip hospitality, meaning myself and Kip gain 1d6 plus 2 temp health.
Oh, nice.
Let's see. That is 4 points.
4 points, okay. What does that look like when you have your Fey gift go over the two of you?
Oof. I think it just kind of keeps in line with his kind of lavender eyes.
Okay.
That's generally what his magic looks like.
Okay.
So maybe some swirling magic around both of us.
Almost like an arcane field starts to wrap around Cores and Kip.
And then I am going to just make a swing at the one in front of me.
Okay. Go ahead and roll an attack on him.
That is 21.
21 definitely hits. Yeah, go ahead and roll some damage on that.
And that is 5 points of damage.
5 points of damage. Okay, got it. You swing down with your short sword and cut a slash across its shoulder. It doesn't seem to notice too much.
And yeah, I'm not gonna move.
Okay, got it. All right, Cell, you're up next. What are you doing?
All right, Cell. After being attacked, was it piercing damage? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. He's gonna reach for that wound and grab some of that blood and cast Bane.
Ooh.
So up to three creatures of my choice. They have to make a Charisma saving throw. That'll be a DC 12. If they fail the roll, they must roll a D4 and subtract that number from an attack roll or saving throw.
We're getting into Bane already. This is session 2, and we're getting into Bane
Hey,
already.
I need to help everybody out.
Totally, man. No, I'm just playing around. That's
So yeah, it's
awesome
a DC
stuff.
12.
All right, so bigger one first. Let me see. What was the saving throw?
12.
12. Okay, so which saving throw was it?
So it's either an attack or a saving. So whenever they attack, I'm assuming they use that D4 if they fail.
Well, let me see.
Oh, so if you fail to save, then they have to subtract the D4.
Yeah, charisma save. Charisma is the
Charisma. So, I'm sorry. Yeah.
No problem at all.
Yeah.
Okay, so that makes a difference because this little death dog here is not very charismatic, or this big death dog here is not very charismatic. It rolled a 13, but it gets -2, so it fails by 1.
Fails. Nice.
Bane specific. So I'm going to use these 3. So we got Bane there. The one next to Cores is next. That fails also. I got a natural 5, so that's 3 total. And let's see here. Yeah, that doesn't have that. Okay. Natural 1 for a -1. They rolled terrible. They are all baned.
And then
keep
for
the D4 out.
yeah, and then for my bonus action, I'm just gonna cast a first level Shield of Faith.
Cannot. So if you cast a bonus action spell, you can't do a spell.
Oh, gotcha. I thought it was.
Yeah, it's got to be.
secondary.
Yeah,
Okay,
can't
never
do
mind.
exactly. Yeah.
Got it. Okay, cool. With that, then I think I'm just gonna sit and take this next attack. Then.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll just stay in combat with the one in front of me.
All right. Well, Cadence, let's see here. You successfully got the attention, but being the one who attacked it most recently, this one's gonna run over to you. And it is going to make a couple attacks.
Yay.
It is baned.
Mm-hmm.
That is, let's see. So it's just an 11 to hit.
Just barely misses.
Okay, that's the first attack. You can take Cell for that not being a 15.
Thank you.
That one is, however, a natural 20.
Oof, that'll hit.
Oof. Okay. I'd like to, I know it won't stop it, but I'd like to also, just for the record, cast Hellish Rebuke on it after.
Okay, got it. So we'll bring your action to do so, and you do have that back because you've had your turn since the last time. All right, so that is going to be... Okay, so that's going to be 14 points of piercing damage and 6 points of fire damage.
I have resistance to fire, so only 3.
Oh, okay, so then, yeah, only 3.
Okay.
All right, and that is going to be its...
So then Hellish Rebuke on it?
Oh, yes. What's the save on that?
It is a 13 dex.
That is, for Dex, is a total of 16, which I think for Hellish Rebuke you still have.
As far as like with the Bane?
If they make the save, then do they take half still?
Oh, sorry. Let's see here. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So go ahead and roll 2d10, and it'll be half of whatever that is.
So I do have, it's weird because in my description it says 2d10, but then on my where it says effect it says 3d10.
Oh, I would use whatever it
Um,
says in your character sheet because it might be updated
3d10.
at your level. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Because if it was the Infernal Legacy part, and yeah, okay, so 3d10. So that would be. Let's get this other d10. That would be. Oh, those are 12s because I was about to say 11, and that definitely is not how that works. Sorry.
Actually, what type of damage does Hellish Rebuke do?
It does fire.
Fire. Okay, so
Are
I'll
they
go ahead and,
immune?
I was to say, as you see this fire rise up over this larger death dog, the fire dissipates and you see no damage having
It does
taken.
nothing.
Hasn't been
God
taken.
damn it. Okay. So it doesn't even matter what I rolled.
Yeah, I didn't want to make a roll. Yeah, once I saw that. Yeah.
Booty. Got it.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, Malice, we're back at the top of initiative. What are you doing?
I'm starting off by imitating this battle music in the game. I'm like whistling. And where's the big dog at?
Big dog's over by Cadence.
Bet. I'm gonna shoot the big dog again, and I'm aiming for the butt.
Okay, got it. Go ahead and roll your attack.
Ooh. It's a 6.
A 6 is gonna miss, unfortunately. Yeah, you let loose, but seeing the fire that was wrapped around this thing do nothing, you get a bit distracted, and it's a bit hard to see it as a target. Your arrow goes wide.
Just gonna be like, sorry.
Okay. Any
And then my
movements or
turn.
anything else on your turn?
Nah, I'm gonna end my turn.
You stay there. Okay, got it. All right, Crane, you're up next. What are you doing?
How close am I to the one that's attacking Cadence?
Let's see. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40 feet.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna shoot at that one. with the
Okay.
musket.
Go ahead and take a shot.
Now that I know fire doesn't do anything. 18.
18 hits. Yeah. Go ahead and roll some damage. Another. As the musket rings out.
Let's D12. Damn. Another 8 points of damage.
Nice. At this point, you see Cadence. You see a splash of blood as one of Crane's shots hits, and you see it now bleeding from multiple bullet wounds and arrow and crossbow bolts.
She snarls at it.
It snarls back.
And then Kip would make an attack at the one in front of him in cores.
Okay, yeah, go ahead and roll an attack.
Well, that's a dirty 20.
Yeah, definitely hits.
And that is 7 force damage.
7 force, nice. Okay, got it. Cores, you see Kip jumping, fighting at this other head of the death dog. Essentially, Kip's taking one head and you're taking the other, and it seems to be pretty effective. Anything else for you, Crane?
Do you want to... Well, how close am I to the one that's attacking Cell right now?
Let's see. You are 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40 also.
Okay, leave me right here then.
Okay, got it. All right. It is going to be the 2 smaller death dogs next. The one against Cell is going to go first. It's going to make its 2 bite attacks. Let's see. With Bane, that's a... let me mix. I got to do math here now. Let's see. So, it was a 17 to hit.
It hits.
Okay.
Can I do silvery barbs on that?
You can. Yeah.
Okay, I would like to do that then.
Okay, let me reroll here.
Make sure you give advantage to somebody.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Oh, shit. Thank you. I give advantage to you, Sal, for reminding me.
Hey.
See, that's what you get for reminding me, y'all. I give you my good shit that I forgot.
All right, so with silvery barbs, it's only a 12 to hit.
That definitely misses.
Okay. All right, second attack here. That's not on the board. That one is a 13 to hit.
Miss.
Okay, so that one misses with a little bit of magical help from Cadence. Then this one is going to be attacking Cores here up next to him, Kip. This is going to be first attack against Cores.
Kip's gonna burn his reaction to make a disadvantage.
All right. That's a 4 on the D4. 4. That is a 12 to hit Cores.
That is a miss.
That is a miss. All right. So the second Death Dog Head is going to actually make the attack against Kip here. Maybe that second head attacking. That's a 17 to hit.
A 17 does hit.
17 does hit. Okay, so this one here. That is going to be 5 points of piercing damage to Kip. And then I need a Constitution saving throw from Kip.
Is this poison?
It is.
Condition immunity is poison, and damage immunities is poison for Kip.
No Constitution saving throw for Kip. I was gonna ask. I was like, does this metal dog actually get poison? I don't think
No,
so.
it doesn't.
But we'll find out. Cool. Good call. All right. Okay. So then that one is done. Then also, it's just gonna be.
And I think Chorus had given him 4 temporary hit points.
Yep.
That's right.
Okay. Cool.
Cool. So only one actually gets through here to Kip. And that takes us to Cadence next.
Cool. So, I am going to, looking at the one in front of me, start whispering under my breath and cast Dissonant Whispers.
Nice. Save?
Wisdom 13.
With so what's their wisdom here? This is getting wonky with the effects here. Okay, so wisdom is 16 minus 3 is 13.
Oh, so if it meets, it beats then.
Beats it, yeah, so it does make the save.
Shit. Okay. Well, is this a half one? Yeah, half. Okay. And it doesn't move away. So, let's see what we got. It takes 4 damage then.
Okay. You see it kind of shake both of its heads. In you can tell it has pain, but you can't see any physical damage on it.
Okay. As a bonus action, I would like to cast, or can I do Bardic Inspiration because I cast a spell on the first
Bardic
one for attack?
Inspiration isn't a spell, so you can do that.
Beautiful. I would like to cast Bardic Inspiration on Malice because he was one of the ones shooting to help with the dude fighting me.
Got it.
So.
And how much is your Bardic Inspiration?
It adds 1d6.
1d6. All right. So Malice, you can choose to add 1d6 to a roll of your choice. Okay. Anything else for you, Cadence?
Nope, that'll be it.
All right. Cores, you're up. Cell, you are on deck.
All right. What's the ruling on ranged attacks within 5 feet of an enemy?
So that is what it is. So if you make a ranged attack and you're within 5 feet of an enemy, you make it a disadvantage.
Okay.
Including the one you're attacking. It can be the one you're attacking or a different one.
Oh, okay. Well, in that case, I am just gonna make a attack with. I totally forgot I had this. Booming Blade.
Nice. Okay.
Right. That is, I believe it's 19 to hit.
Yeah, that definitely hits.
Yep. Alright. Okay. And that is, max. 9 damage on the short sword.
Nice.
And,
okay.
yeah, the booming blade.
You come down for another slashing attack, this time cutting deeper as you hear kind of a loud, almost whine snarl come from the death dog.
I am going to action surge
Ooh, nice. Okay.
and take another swing. Ooh, that is a natural 20.
Woohoo! Okay. Now getting real with it. Go ahead and roll some critical hit damage.
So I forget what we do. Is it
Roll the dice,
2d6
double that.
or- oh, okay.
Yeah, well, I typically say roll double the amount of dice. If you want to roll a dice, then double it. You can do that as well. They're essentially they seem the same to me. So,
Okay.
one modifier though.
That is 13 points of damage.
13. You stab down with kind of a stabbing motion instead of a slashing motion, and you get the sword like actually into it now. You see it kind of start to collapse on one side and limping on one of its legs. It's looking very hurt.
And that will end my turn.
All right, Cell, you're up.
All right, I'm gonna go for an attack using my Lightbringer.
Okay. Go ahead and roll that attack.
22.
22 definitely hits. Yeah, go ahead and roll some damage on that.
9.
9 points of damage. Got it.
Bludgeoning? Yeah, 9 bludgeoning.
Very nice. You bring down your glowing mace and just crack one of the heads.
Nice. And I think. Now, can I do a bonus action?
You can do a bonus action now, yeah.
Then yeah, I will do. I'll reach and grab some parchment and attempt to cast Shield of Faith.
Yeah, absolutely. Who are you
and then-
casting it on?
I don't know who's messed up as much. I'm gonna give it to Cadence.
Okay.
She's right. It'll just add 2 AC to her.
Okay. Okay. So you have 2 AC added on to your regular AC. And is that a concentration spell?
I believe it is a concentration up to 10 minutes. Yes.
Okay, got it. So we'll throw concentration on there. If you get hit, you need to roll a save to see if you can hold it. Okay. Anything else?
Who casted Bane?
I
Oh,
did.
good point.
That would
Oh,
cancel it
so
out.
that would, yeah, if you
Would
cast Shield of
cancel it
Faith,
out?
then that'll drop Bane.
Oh. Does Bane go away though after they've already gone once?
I
through?
know, I think Bane lasts for let's see, I have it up right here. Bane
They
lasts
both
for a minute.
concentration though.
Yeah, they are both.
Yeah. So if you cast Shield of, you can cast Shield of Faith, but it'll drop Bane, so you got to choose which one you want to keep up.
Okay, then shoot. I will take that back. I'm sorry. I'm trying to
No,
play
it's
this
okay.
new character here. Yes, I will cast Healing Word then.
Yeah, that'll work.
Yeah, I'll do that instead. Who's pretty jacked up? I want to say it's Cadence, right? You got hit pretty hard. Yes, no. Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, I had to let my dog out.
You're good. You're good.
Yeah, not doing great.
Okay, yeah, I will definitely do that then. So it's 1d4 plus 2. Five points of healing.
Thank you, I'll take it.
Yeah, no problem. And that'll be it for Cell.
Okay. All right. So we have the larger death dog here. Wants to do something else here, I think.
Is anybody else's music audio cutting out or just mine?
I don't think it is.
Okay,
Mine's
I'm gonna refresh.
Okay.
No issues.
All right. So, yeah. Well, let's see here. Yeah, this Cadence, you're still the one who was hit it last, so it's going to go for you still.
That's fine. I just got healed so I can get fucked up again.
Hopefully Bane helps you out. And
Yeah, it's gonna go for its. Well, you know what? Yeah, I think it's gonna do it's looking really hurt, so it's gonna go for its bigger attack here. You see both of these heads, Cadence, in front of you, kind of lean back, and you feel a heat coming off of them, and it's going to release molten rock coming out of its mouths towards you. I need you to roll a dexterity saving throw, please.
Gross. Brush your teeth, bro. That would be a 21.
21. Okay. So you do make the save. You're going to take 8 points of fire damage.
Did you have it?
I did not have it for your resistance. I have it for failing the saving.
Cool. So then 4. Okay. Is that it?
You are not restrained, so that is it.
Yeah. Fantastic.
Yeah, you made the save. Otherwise, that would restrain you. And you have basically around you in a 15-foot cone, you have molten rock currently. And it's kind of difficult to terrain. Yeah, so that's it.
Okay.
All right, Malice, we're back at the top to you.
Cool. Let's see. I'm gonna shoot the big dog again.
Shoot the big dog. All right, it's looking pretty hurt. Go ahead and roll.
And then said add a d6 to it.
If you want to add a d6 for the Bardic Inspiration, you can absolutely do that.
No, I think I'll wait for the damage.
It does have to be on an attack roll. You can't do it on a damage roll.
Oh, okay. Then I'll add it to the attack.
Like an attack roll or a saving throw or an ability check, but yeah, can't do damage roll.
So it's going to be 11 and then just roll a d6?
Yeah, and then roll a d6.
Hold on. 12.
12 total? Nice. So it only added 1, but its AC is 12. That's exactly what you needed. So you kind of remember Cadence's tune that she had played for the Dissonant Whispers, and it gives you enough to kind of change your trajectory just a bit. Go ahead and roll some damage.
Shoot it in the ass. 7.
7 points of damage. Go ahead and flavor that fatality for me, Malice. How does this thing die?
I'm gonna kiss my arrow and just so long.
Woohoo!
That's it for now.
Nice. Okay, as you do, the arrow goes and hits it, going deep enough to hit some vital organs, and you see with molten lava still flowing out of its mouth in a small dribble cadence, the large death dog fall dead.
All right, guys, the big dog is down.
Yes, thank you.
All right, anything else for your turn, sir?
Thanks to you. Nah, I'm at my turn.
Okay. All right, next we have Crane. You're up.
I'm going to take a shot at the one attacking Cell.
Okay.
Ooh. That one is a 9 to hit.
A 9 is unfortunately not going to hit. This time you ring out. But the obelisk itself is kind of making it a little hard to see past, and it does not make purchase.
And then Kip is going to attack.
Okay, yeah, go ahead and roll for Kip.
That's an 18 to hit.
Sure. It definitely hits. Go ahead and roll some damage.
Oh, that's 9 points of force damage.
9. Hey, Kip gets one. Flavor that fatality for Kip.
Oh man, he's just gonna go for the throat of the one that's the head that's right in front of him.
Yeah, and there's 2 heads, so Kip goes in for the death bite, kind of gets under, waiting for a bite to come out at him, gets underneath and just chomps up and in almost like one move, uses that to throw the death dog over, and while it's getting thrown down, bites down on the neck of the other one, taking it out, just completely murdering it. All right, anything else for your turn?
Nope, that's it.
All right, the other one is left, the one next to Cell, and it is not happy with how things are going currently. It is going to try and let's see here. Yeah, I think it's gonna turn and try and run.
Opportunity of attack.
Opportunity. Roll attack.
Yes. Let's see, what was that? 17?
17 hits, yeah.
Hey. And that'll be 6 bludgeoning.
6 bludgeoning. Okay, got it. You bring down your mace on this thing as it's running away, and it kind of gives like a yip and turns its attention and growls at you with both heads. And because you hit it instead, it is just going to stay there and come back and try and take its 2 attacks at you.
Fair enough.
Still baned. Let's see here. So, yeah, that's pretty good. I think that's still going to hit. 21 to hit.
That'll hit.
Okay. All right, that's going to be here 4 points of piercing damage, and I need a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
This Constitution saving throw is against the effect, and then I need another one to see if you keep Bane up.
Who? 12 for con save?
Just make the save on
Hey.
that. You would have had to make the other one a disadvantage if you didn't save
Okay.
that one. So yeah, make that save, not poisoned.
And then the concentration.
Same exact save, a Constitution saving throw. You're trying to beat a 10 on this one.
Yep, I got a 18 there. So
Okay, got it. Yeah, Bane stays up. All right.
Sweet.
That takes us to Cadence. What are you doing?
I am going to. Let's see here. How far away am I from it?
I think you're probably just about 60. 30, 35, 40.
Ah, perfect. I will run up, so I'm within 15 feet of it.
Okay.
And then I am going to cast rather, it's not quite a cast. A cast. I'm gonna use my Coiling Grasp tattoo.
Ooh, nice.
And so she runs up, and it looks like black goo just starts going down her face and down her arm. And then she throws her arm out and reaches for it with these inky tendrils. And the creature must succeed on a DC 14 strength saving throw or take 3d6 force damage and be grappled.
Ooh, nice. Okay.
I'm sure it has pretty high strength, but we're going to see what we can do.
It also is baned. Natural 3 minus 2 even plus his strength. It fails for sure.
Dope. So it's going to take 3d6 force damage. So that's 8 points of damage.
Okay.
And then it's going to be grappled. As an action, the creature can escape. And so I'm just going to try and use it to, keep it there. So if Sal needs to run or get away from it, it's grappled.
This inky blackness wraps around the throat of this thing, and you see them kind of gasping for breath. After taking the hits from Cell, they're looking pretty hurt, and now cannot move, which takes us... anything else for your turn?
That'll be it.
All right, Cores, takes us to you.
All right, I'm just going to maneuver and get right behind it
Okay.
in a flanking position.
Yes, sir.
Make an attack with the short sword.
Go ahead and roll with disadvantage.
That is a 22 to hit.
Yep, definitely hits.
Of course. That is 4 points of damage.
Ooh, 4 points of damage. Not quite enough to end this thing.
Yeah, I rolled a 1.
Oof, ouch. Bummer. But you take another stab at it, and it is now unable to move. It's almost just kind of putting this thing out of its misery at this point. Anything else for you?
That was all I could do.
Okay, got it. Cell with Core's sword kind of currently stabbing it, and Cadence holding it there. What would you like to do?
So is the sword stuck in it?
I wouldn't say stuck, just kind of flavor-wise, these guys are attacking it as you have.
Okay, I was gonna try to use my hammer and use that sword as a nail.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we
Okay,
can
cool.
For sure do that. This
Yeah,
thing's
it's
super
a little
hurt,
flavor.
so you kind of got it stabbed in sideways. You're just gonna boom come at the other side.
Yeah. Try not to damage the blade, but probably will. Yeah. That's 21.
21 hit.
Okay, don't mind my child. That's gonna be 8 bludgeoning.
8 bludgeoning. That is enough. Is there any extra flavor you want to add here? Because this is just gonna be a hammer hitting the nail if that's what you like.
Yeah, I'm gonna have the light blinger kind of like have like celestial light like glow, and then it's just gonna wham hit the nail of the sword.
Got it. With the glow of the Everlight, you see it come down on this foul beast, hitting it on the other side, and hitting the nail as it was to Kor's sword as it falls dead to the ground. And with that, we are out of combat.
How's everyone looking?
I mean,
I don't-
Oh, go ahead.
I don't understand what that had to do with the riddle.
Yeah, can I inspect the device?
Sure, absolutely.
See if anything is going on with it.
Go ahead and roll an investigation check.
Can anyone do me a solid? I need someone to skin these beasts. I need fur.
I was gonna do that.
I just
I'll
need
do
it
it.
for some components here. So
You can have the skin, and I'll take the meat for a barbecue later.
hey,
It was a 14.
14? Okay. So you pick up this device and you see that writing on there and start to kind of look and turn it over. And you can tell this is a very, very intricate device. You can not actually see any of the Gearworks from the outside, but it is kind of self-contained. And you can kind of give it just a little bit of a shake and you can feel moving components in it. But in terms of like any origin of it or anything like that, with a 14, what you can tell is it is very like well processed metal that this thing is made out of.
Mm-hmm.
It is a very, very nice device. It had to have been some kind of tinkerer who made it. You're not sure exactly what kind of origin it might be. It looks obviously fairly custom. You don't see that small stone that popped out of the device. You're not sure if it broke when it was shot out, if it went back in. Things were happening very fast at that point, and your attention was kind of on the 6 heads of the death dogs running towards you. But that would be, I would say, what you find on it. Yeah.
Does it look safe enough to like pocket it for the time being?
It doesn't seem to be doing anything. You don't see any humming coming off of it. There's no heat or anything like that. It seems pretty inert at this point,
Okay. Yeah, I'll just stow that away, and seems like a Percy thing.
I want to walk to the big dog and take a tooth out and then skin it.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. I'd say roll me just a general dexterity check to see how adeptly you're able to skin this death dog.
19.
19. Yeah, very well. You just with very practiced hands are able to skin and get the all black fur of the death dog. Very unique with the 2 heads if they were trying to make it into a rug or something.
So I want to keep the that fur. He can have the other ones. And then I'm gonna take some meat for the road.
Okay. Lots of meat.
Yeah, I'll just tell to the group like, yeah, this will help me out for sure. I'll be able to give you guys enhanced abilities for future endeavors. As far as like health, Cell is gonna obviously be worried about everybody as far as if they're good or not. So yeah, everyone's good on health or need heals.
Yeah, I just got a headache from when I fell off the horse.
I'm at
Probably,
11 of 27, but I'm okay.
All right, I will hook it up then. I'll just show off a little bit. I'm gonna do a second level prayer of healing. I'll flavor it up a little bit. So yeah, he'll get on like his knees in like a prayer, and just call out to the Everlight, cast prayer of healing.
Don't forget that billowing cloak, bro.
Yeah, and it's gonna. yeah.
Yo, the mini has a cloak that is billowing, so
No
Yes.
way.
yeah, it's a cloak that is
Heck
like
yeah.
up and billowing.
All right, I'll roll that real quick. So this will be up to 6, so it'll be all of us. That'll be 8 for everybody.
Oh, thank you. Next round's on me.
Got it. I'll hold you to it.
Does that include Kip too?
Yeah, everybody. 6 targets.
Oh hell yeah!
That'll be a
Do I need
ritual
to-
in 10 minutes, but yeah.
Do I need to roll again to skin the other two?
No, we can just roll those into the 19. That's fine.
Okay, cool. I'll give that to Cell. Here you go.
What is it?
The fur.
Oh yeah. Awesome, appreciate it. I'll just add that into my components.
I would actually even say with a 19, you can tell that they're out of the 2 smaller death dogs. You could get a vial of death dog poison if you wanted to as well.
Yeah, I'll take
That's
So
all
they
you
had a
look.
poisonous bite, so you could kind of like hold their jaw enough to extract a vial.
I'd like to.
Go ahead.
I'd like to also investigate the bodies of the Pale
The-
Guard.
Yeah, absolutely. You guys had kind of done a once over on them already when this was happening. But yeah, you can roll an investigation check, see if there's anything different that you can pick up.
Yeah, this is definitely a little bit like to take things a little bit.
Oh, I understand.
Yes. But also look for clues. It's a little bit of both.
Sure.
Okay, so. How do I do things? Goodness gracious. Okay. Investigation +2. Oh, not good. That's a natural 1.
Natural 1. You don't see much. I mean, these guys were guards on duty, sent out on the scouting patrol. They have a water skin on them. Now, the thing is, you do see they have their pale guard armor. You know, they have a long sword each. A couple of them have bows. But, you know, they are also pale guard who, you know, if these things were to be grabbed off of them, would be quite obvious. So what I'd say with your natural 1 is you don't see anything that wouldn't be noticed to be taken, but they do have their things on them.
Got it. I would still like to, if possible, take something small intentionally that has like the Pale Guard like emblem. So if we come across other Pale Guard people, I have something kind of as potential evidence along with our other things like that we did see it, we were there.
Okay.
So I would like to take just like
I would
a little
say, yeah,
pin
there
or
is one
something.
that has a little bit nicer, more ornate armor, a little bit better protection on that. They have like a crest of the Pale Guard that's on a necklace that you find.
Okay, I'll take that.
Did it have any like personal belongings? That way we can like ID them or anything like that. No.
I would say if you want to roll one more investigation check, this will be the last one on these guys because this will be the third thing.
It's an 11. Rip.
An 11? Yeah, nothing specific to like who they are. Yeah.
Can I just, I mean, since we're already here, can I just search the area for anything I can use as ingredients?
Oh, sure. Yeah, you can roll a survival check on that if you want to gather some ingredients.
You need some seasoning for the meat.
That is 23.
23. Nice. Okay. Let's see. Oops. With a 23, you find some really nice like Rosella mushrooms. You do find like a bunch of like root tubers, and then like it's kind of like a basically you find like a cashew plant. There's seed like little pods, and then that are like a really rich flavor like cashews.
Okay.
And then I'd also say some like I would say like a raspberry type berry as well, like a red berry. But quite a bit of stuff. It's a very lush forest. Even though it's a little bit later in the year, there seems to be maybe it was the magic of the obelisk kind of right around here. Not quite sure, but it is a little bit more lush than usual.
Oh. Suppose we should get this device back to Percy. I'm sure he can glean something from it. Maybe find out who made it or where it's from.
We should make sure that there's some sort of clue or cue on it to not say those words out loud, as that seemed to be what triggered it before.
Yeah, definitely. Well, be sure to pass that on to him. I guess we should also take a look at the obelisk, see if there's anything weird going on with that.
Sure, yeah, if you want to roll investigation on that as well.
That is a 10.
10? Yeah, it doesn't look like there's any difference. The one that Percy had mentioned was actually like, he had said it had been broken in two. This is together, it doesn't seem to have any issues. You can put your hand on it and feel a magical thrum. It still seems to be active. So, yeah, seems to be everything in place here.
All right. Well, I'm satisfied.
I'll let Percy know.
Okay. Well, then, if everybody is getting on their horses and heading back to Whitestone, probably a good time to take a break. We're about halfway through. So let's do a 15-minute break. We got 3:20 Pacific time. We'll come back 3:35 Pacific time. So 35 is wherever you're at.
All right.
And yeah, see you guys in a bit.
Yep.
All right, we got everybody back.
I'm back.
How about Malice? Not yet. We'll wait a minute here.
I'm back.
Thank you. I know you're back. I just saw you.
Lies.
So how about campaign 3 though?
I'm behind. Bree and I haven't been watching like
okay,
the last
okay,
five,
okay.
but I've heard like all the hubbub about it. I'm like, hey, we
Yeah.
can't catch up. There's a lot going on.
Yeah.
Just looking at the titles of the episodes, I'm like, oh. Hey, there we go. There's Mouse. All right. So getting back to Whitestone, another 45 minutes in very kind of cold but fair weather here in Whitestone, and the kind of getting into be the winter months up in this area. Did anybody want to do anything on the way back or in town as well, or was the plan just to head to report right away?
Actually, I wanted to ask Kors if I could take a look at that box.
The device?
Yeah, the little device box thing.
Yeah, of course.
I wanted to investigate like the inner workings of like the box and maybe what spell was used to open that portal.
Okay. I would say go ahead. If you're looking for that, I would say an Arcana check would be more on the spell side of things. If you want to do an investigation check, that'd be more on the technical side of things.
Can I do, I guess, one of each?
Yeah, I'd say you could do that. That'd be fine.
Okay.
Could I assist him if we're doing some sort of magic?
Yeah, I would say you could assist him on the Arcana check for sure.
Yeah.
I'll
Yeah,
give him a little guidance.
Oh boy. Okay.
Wow.
Just all this stuff.
Give
So
him
you
a
can
little-
roll Arcana with advantage, and
Little pat on the back. You got this, Crane. I believe in you.
Does part of inspiration.
Oh wow,
We're just throwing everything on it.
you got it. You got
So I
this.
rolled a 15, but what am I adding with all the ads?
D4 for guidance.
D4 for guidance.
Okay, so that turns it into a 17.
Okay. And Cadence said Bardic Inspiration before the roll happened too.
And that's a
Yeah.
1d6.
Yeah.
Mhm.
21.
Hey, got it.
What a great roll.
What
Yeah.
a great roll.
How could you not succeed with advantage, guidance, and Bardic Inspiration? And this was the Arcana first?
That was the Arcana, yeah.
Okay, got it. Excuse me. So, especially since it was kind of this situation where Kors had said the excuse me, the phrase that had triggered this device, it popped up, and just for a second, he caught a glance of that portal coming in, and now looking at it, looking at this device here separately, you start to piece together and looking at the creatures that came out of it, and you think back to yesterday and talking about when Percy described that the Gloomstalker was from the Shadowfell, and that these creatures were not natural creatures, and the portal was opened up that let these creatures in. You kind of not necessarily the specific spell used, but this was enchanted to create some kind of portal, likely to the Shadowfell specifically. And if these creatures were waiting on this other side, then it may be that somebody was involved with commanding these creatures, and that with the attack that had happened before, and then again, that they must have gone to the other side but been ready to come back out. So you just kind of put together a couple pieces about just things you can infer from the situation and what had happened so far, and that must have been some sort of portal to the Shadowfell or another plane of existence. Not necessarily, but that is kind of what you think to, especially having fought a Gloomstalker the day before.
All right. Well, I would share that. I believe that this opened up a portal to the Shadowfell.
Can I
Could
do
I
a
also
history check
roll-
on the Shadowfell?
Sure. And what
I was going to ask that same thing.
Oh, well then go ahead.
No. You do it. My history is meh.
Well, I don't know that mine's any better. Mine's +2.
Can we both roll?
one of you can roll with advantage, or you can both roll.
I'll give you advantage.
Oh, okay. That's a 10.
A 10. Okay. So, you might have heard of the Shadowfell with a 10. It's also called the Plane of Shadow. It exists as a counterpart to the Feywild. Almost that it is not directly related to the Feywild, but almost a dark version of the Feywild, and kind of has its own way about it, where dark creatures exist, where they come from. I would say with a 10, you do know that there is some connection. I believe he mentioned a bit as well the day before. You do know there's some connection that Lord Dorolo has with the Shadowfell. But that's about it.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'd share that with everybody, what I knew of the Shadowfell.
And then I believe you had an intelligence check on the actual Gearworks side of things.
Would that be an investigation?
And yeah, you can go investigation. That'd be fine.
Okay, I want to use my inspiration on this.
Oh, okay, got it.
24.
Ooh, very nice. Okay. With that, you kind of take a look, and you do see that there is like a light groove on the bottom that has a panel. And you kind of take a look around. You just kind of trace around with a very fine pointed little pick just to see if there's any connections to it or anything. You kind of do a little bit of like feeling around, just tapping it, ding, 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 seeing if there's any connections there. And you kind of get the vibe that you can pop it off without damaging or triggering anything. So you do and look inside, and very tiny Gearworks. It looks like it is a system meant to hold this small little bead of some sort and launch it up, and you kind of start looking at the different Gearworks and pieces, and you really admire it. It is very advanced. If you had to think of this as something you could make, you'd be hard pressed to do something that was so accurate. Like, this is meant to be so specific in its height that it sends it, and the force that it sends it. And I think appreciation is something that you get, even though it's something that is in a negative light for you guys investigating this. You kind of say, wow, somebody, or you kind of think rather, wow, yeah, somebody put a lot of time, and they know a lot. Like, this is a good it'd be almost something you'd expect Percy to make, and how advanced it is and how good it is.
Well, I'd like to carefully put it back together.
Sure.
And then, hand that back over to Cores.
Go ahead and roll just a general dexterity check for me on putting it back together.
12.
12. Okay. So you put it back into place, but after popping it off, you're not quite sure exactly the alignment for it to stay. So you can kind of hold it in place, but it'll stay for a second, but it's not quite as on there securely as it was. It'll stay, especially if you like wrap it in something. But
fuck! Don't tell Percy I broke it.
Hey, he doesn't know how we found it.
Thanks. I guess I'll tie like a small string of rope around it to like hold it in place, and then
Okay.
Hand it back to Cores.
Yeah.
So we are just back in Whitestone right now?
Yeah, if nobody else wanted to do anything outside of town, you come back in through the west gate of the city and make your way in. Up to you if you want to keep the horses for now, take them back, or just head straight to the castle, or do something else in the meantime.
Said it was getting close to winter, right?
Yeah, it's
like
cold
fallish right
months. Yeah.
I'm gonna see if I can get that fur since I'm still small. I can get like a cloak made out of that fur.
Okay.
I'm gonna follow him.
Okay.
Follow me? No, I'm kidding.
Let's see here.
I'm sure there's some sort of leatherwork person in Whitestone. Got a bit of
Yeah.
everything.
Got Taylor.
Yeah.
Okay, so looking for somebody that can make you a fur cloak, huh?
It's small, so I think they have plenty of fur.
That's fair. That is fair.
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and well, no, you've been around here. I wouldn't even say you need to roll an investigation check at that point.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
Sorry to put you on the spot.
No, not at all.
Let me see. I'll help you out. I got the same exact book from a
So
fellow friend.
I would say, let me see here.
Oh.
Here we go. There is a leather worker in town. They do have a shop called the Velvet Road.
I want to make mine a hoodie like this.
Velvet Rogue.
Road. Velvet
Oh, road.
Road. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
That's what I want.
Guess you want a hoodie cloak or a hoodie fur cloak? Okay, got it. All right. So you make your way to the Velvet Road. Easy enough for you to find, having been here before. Malice, Cell has to guide you a little bit. But the two of you break off to go handle this and walk in and see. Looks like a half elf. A half elf male, and they have kind of it's not like the typical blonde hair. They have brown hair, kind of comes a little bit to a widow's peak, and they have very work gear. They got a leather apron on. You can see as you walk in here, you look on the wall and see like various hides that are kind of rolled up, some that are made out into rugs. You see pieces of armor, you see studded leather armor, you see some leather shields. And behind the counter, they looks like working on something. It looks like they're poking holes down into the leather, making some kind of piece of clothing or something to go along with that. But they see you, they greet you, give a little bit of an eyebrow raise. Hello, welcome to the Velvet Road. And he kind of looks at you guys holding this very fresh fur. Blood still dripping off of it, super, super fresh, and kind of raises an eyebrow. Looks like you've got some harvesting done recently.
One can say that. We were wondering, I'm sure Malice, here, this is my buddy Malice. My name is Cell.
Nice
Hell
to meet you
Grip.
both.
Nice to meet you. We were just wondering if you could fabricate some sort of cloaks for us. I know it's starting to get cold around here, so we figured we'd get ahead of the game here and start, warming up a bit, or keeping ourselves warm.
He kind of gives you a look. Well, that's pretty fresh. I can appreciate that you brought the materials. That is very raw materials, though. I could probably make that happen for you. Say 4 gold apiece.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Now, do you want me to use this fur specifically?
Yeah, so it's a 2-headed, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I want to flavor it a little bit. I want to have the heads kind of be the shoulder pieces.
Oh, nice.
And then it just kind of be a little cloak. I mean, given my stature, I'm not super big, so I figured he could fabricate something for a little wee man like me.
Okay. He goes, if we're using this fur specifically, it'll take a few days to, I gotta get it a little more
Malleable and
cleaned off
whatnot.
there, and and tan it out and get it dry and ready to do that. I'm happy to do that once it does dry out, though.
Do you do express?
Ah, man. I look, I don't have any magical abilities myself. Maybe somebody who had some magical abilities could maybe get some heat on there to help, but you really just have to wait for it to dry out. It's
Just messing with you.
right. He kind of chuckles a little. Yeah. You can tell he's like a little. He doesn't usually get the more goblin and orc folk in here. So he's a little flustered by that, but still
Right.
friendly. and
We'll be
trying
in
to-
town. That's fine.
Yeah,
Here
I'll
it
hand
is.
him the 4 gold, and then in Elvish, I'll just say I really appreciate your help and hospitality.
Interesting. He kind of raises his eyebrow. And says back in Elvish, it was nice to meet you and your friend.
Thank you very much.
And then in Common says the same thing to Malice.
All right, we'll be in touch. I actually added it. Whoops.
Auf Wiedersehen.
I don't speak Zemnian.
Well, it means goodbye.
Oh, thank you.
And then we'll just, if it wasn't too long of a interaction, I guess we would still see the rest of the party.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you'd find him not pretty easy.
I would like to see if there's anywhere that I could buy some scrolls.
Some scrolls. Interesting. Go ahead. Well, no, you're from here, so I would say you would know. Let's see, I want to check one thing first.
Let's all of us just put him on the spot.
Yeah, right. No. I know this place. I wanted to make sure I had the right person who was running it. So you do know there is a Gilmore's Glorious Goods Whitestone expansion as well in Whitestone.
Well, I will head there if anyone wants to join.
Yeah, I'll come and just take a peek.
I'll go to the bar.
I would also like to go to the Gilmore's Goods.
Malice, I think you have problems.
I'm getting food.
Malice might be an alcoholic.
What was that, Crane?
I wrote in my notes earlier, Malice might be alcoholic.
That's awesome.
I'm hungry. What?
For alcohol.
I'd also like to go to Gilmore's.
Okay, got it.
And you're drinking alone? Yep.
Yep.
Okay. So then the four of you head over to the Whitestone expansion of Gilmore's Glorious Goods, and it is let's see here. It is a very different building than the rest of the buildings in Whitestone, in that it has a bit of flair to it that doesn't exist in most places. It has a purple roof, and over the door there is like a golden awning with very nice kind of like tassels hanging off of them. The walls themselves are painted like a silver and purple to try and match the original Gilmore's Glorious Goods as much as possible. And you walk in, and I would say let's see, Cores, you probably would have been in here before. Would you say that the four of you would have all been into this shop before? Or would this be a first time for some of you?
I think before joining this little group, I don't think Cora's really utilized his magic too much.
Oh, okay.
So this might be a first time.
Okay. Well, then we could say, yeah, this is the first time for all of you, if that works. If nobody else has been here before.
Real quick, I told them
Sure.
that I'm going to the bar, but I'm actually going somewhere else.
Okay. If you want to message me and let me know if you want to keep that quiet, feel free.
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys walk in. You know what? I'm even going to change the vibe up a little bit here for
Oh boy.
for
I have a
Gilmore's
feeling this is
Glorious
gonna go.
Goods. Absolutely. Let's see here. What do we got? Let's change this one. Okay. So you walk into this kind of purple and silver building, and see behind the counter what looks to be also a half elf, a young half elf who has glasses. You can see looks a little sleepy under the eyes. Got some bags under the eyes. Has a pointed Van Dyke goatee. Wearing a purple robe with gold trim. Looks up at all of you with a bit of a nervous laugh. Oh, hi. And you can see he's just kind of putting stuff away on the shelf, and it looks like there's still more of the shelf to fill up. Welcome to the Whitestone expansion of Gilmore's Glorious Goods. I'm Jerry, and here to serve in any way you might need.
Hey, how's it going, Jerry? My name's Cors. I'm just here to see if you have any scrolls or tomes, whatever it may be. Just looking for more magic.
Oh, did you have any specific type of spells? We do have some. Sean likes to keep things nice and what does he say? Fantastical. Is there a specific school of magic you were looking for?
I guess if you had anything divination related, but honestly, anything is good. Just curious.
Well, let's see. We're a bit low on stock right now, but we do have a few things. And if you give me just a moment, you see him go back to behind the counter. And the counter is kind of a half circle that has two doors behind it, one on each side. And he goes into the door on the right, and you hear him rifling around and some stuff. And he comes back out with a scroll that's kind of on like a little clipboardy thing that he's writing on. Yes, yeah. We've got a few. Mostly your standard basic spells. Here, let's see. And he looks at us. If you were all of you here for spell scrolls, is there anything that I can grab for all of you?
I'm just kind of like peeking around, just looking.
Yeah, same. I'm not really a spellcaster in the sense of like scrolls and stuff, so I'm just gonna be in awe of the room.
Maybe potions, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I also would be wondering if there was anything that could essentially increase my AC, even if it's just like a temporary, a scroll of something to do it, because I have a pretty low AC, and that sucks.
Understood. And he points to Crane. Please be careful with that. Please don't burn anything. Please do not.
I won't burn nothing. You'll be fine.
Right. Okay. Give me just a moment. And heads to the back as you all kind of look at the different things they have. And there's mostly out here on the shelves, there's mostly fun things. You see some knickknacks from across Taldore, even a few things from the Menagerie Coast as well, even as far or even here down in Whitestone, something from there. There is a couple small figurines. It looks like 4 of them in total. And they have different clothing that looks like they're from the Clovis Concord on the Menagerie Coast. And they're kind of doing different dances, each of them. There's 2 male, 2 female figures, and they're just kind of doing like little simple dances with articulated limbs. And just kind of very nice things. A scroll that kind of, as you walk by it, kind of picks itself up out of the quill or out of the ink pot and hovers above the paper. Just lots of little basic magical things, almost magical trinkets that are around here. But in a few minutes, Jerry comes back out. Says, well, the spells we have available here today. Let's see, we've got this one, Charm Person. for a little bit of social graces for when you are lacking in not to say you're like he just kind of looks nervous in general. Just charm person. I have charm person here. Let's see. We've got color spray. Color spray is always a fun one. Sean's a big fan of that one. Disguise self. Again, you can see there's a bit of a theme here. For when you need to give a bit of upgrade to your outfit or to your appearance, you've got that option here. We do have hideous laughter. That is one for when you want to play a bit of a more cruel prank. And let's see here. And sleep for when you need a quick getaway without harming someone. We did have one that was a bit more powerful and a bit more damaging. Flaming sphere. Yes, that one's the second level. It's a bit more expensive. But we do have flaming sphere as well.
How much do the first levels go for?
First levels are going for 65 gold pieces a piece. The second level, that one's going to be 225 gold pieces.
Let's look at color spray real quick.
While he's looking for that, is there like, do you have like a candy section nearby?
A candy section?
Yeah,
There's not a candy section for stuff to buy, but there is like the Tal'Dorei equivalent of jelly beans on the counter that you can go up and grab a handful of. They're just kind of there to take.
Okay. Well, I'll grab a few and then just ask if he has like a bag or something maybe to throw them in.
He goes,
Just wanna-
no, those are just for if you're here and you want some.
if you're just here? Okay.
Yeah, they're complimentary. You don't have to pay, but
Sure.
Yeah, yes, but we don't want people taking the. We don't. If you had a bag, you could just pour the bag into.
Right.
Pour it into the bag
I'll
and then take it all.
I'll take a handful and I'll pop one in my mouth.
Okay. Yes, if you're looking for something a little more food oriented, we do have Dust of Deliciousness. It is a spice that helps to convince others to help out. Mechanically speaking, gives somebody disadvantage on wisdom saving throws.
I feel like I would overhear. Oh, would I be able to overhear that?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay. I would definitely be interested in that.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
Okay, let me see here. Yes, we've got a shaker here. Pulls it out. That'll be, if you're interested, 115 gold pieces.
How many uses does that have?
Six servings. And specifically, mechanically, it can be sprinkled over any edible substance to greatly improve flavor. It also dulls the eater's senses. Anyone eating food treated with it has disadvantage on wisdom ability checks and saving throws for 1 hour.
I feel like that would go good on some cupcakes.
Sure would.
You know what? Take some inspiration for that. Take your inspiration and get out of here.
Thank you.
I know where this is going.
Well, I mean, now I have to take it, you know?
Yeah, you got to. Yeah.
So you said 115?
115 gold pieces for that.
Yeah, so I was going to be like, oh, yep, nope, that's out of my price range, and I'll just hand it over to Crow, of course.
Jerry, would
Yes.
we perhaps get any discount as being part of the Grey Watch for the Derolos?
Unfortunately not. Any discounts would be with the official armory, potentially of the Pale Guard. I'm not quite sure how it works, but we do not have a discount program currently.
And that hearing that, she takes out that necklace that she has and like puts it in her hand. She goes, "For the Pale Guard, you say?"
Right. No. The discount is not for the Pale Guard. You may be able to go to the Pale Guard Armory and
Oh.
take some weapons from there, or they might have a discount. I'm not sure how their system works. But... Sorry.
What if I was able to get you a discount at the Slayer's Cake Bakery?
What, me personally?
Yes, you personally.
What kind
I'm
of
good
discount?
friends with the owner. And
Go
I
ahead
work
and-
there.
Go ahead and roll a persuasion check.
No. No, not at all.
You see that Jerry's like paper thin and like really very. He's got those tired eyes. He's just like, I appreciate it. Unfortunately, I'm not allowed to make any kind of discount arrangements. Sean Gilmore would be handling all of those. He is currently not in Whitestone. But if you were to travel to Iman, or some of the other expansions he's currently working on, you might have some there.
Appreciate you.
And let's see. In terms of protective items, something that might give you a little bit of strength. Let's see. I don't have anything specifically that would be making your armor stronger, making you more durable that way. I do have a potion of growth. It does allow you to gain the effect of the enlarge spell for an amount of hours. That would potentially make you stronger, at least. I don't know how much more durable it would make you. A bit more pricey. We do have a potion of invulnerability. For a minute after you drink it, you have resistance to any type of damage. Again, not armor related. And potion of invulnerability is a bit more expensive. That one is in the 400 gold piece range.
I think I'll have to pass at this time, but when we do make it back and speak with the Pale Guard Armory, as well as Dorolo himself, I'll be sure to ask if he can speak with Gilmore and Amon. It's hard for me to imagine that someone so close to Lady Vexalia would not want people on her behest to be able to do these things for special circumstances.
And kind of gives a nervous laugh. Yes. Well, Lady Vexalia and Lord Rollo, of course, do have a discount here.
Yes.
And
Yes.
they have not expressed to me any desire to expand it out. But
And your name is Jerry, right?
It is. Yes, it is.
Okay.
It is. Go ahead and roll an
Okay,
intimidation
fantastic.
check here.
Okay. I would also like to, with that, I just read that I have, I would like to flavor this so it's not like horrific, but I have words of terror. Once per short rest, you can speak to a humanoid alone for 1 minute and cause it to be frightened of you. If it fails on a wisdom saving throw, it's frightened of you for 1 hour or until its allies are attacked or damaged.
Okay.
So I'd like to kind of just usher him behind and be like, sorry, I'm really not trying to be this way, but you have to understand it's hard when the Dorolos are being pulled in so many different directions, and we're here trying to do work on their part, and I would hate for it to come back onto you that we came in needing some supplies, one of us gets hurt, and then guess who it falls back on? Jerry.
Yeah, go ahead and
And
roll that
so-
with advantage due to your terror words. You start to see him physically shaking.
Okay, so it doesn't take any action for me to do the words of terror. I can roll my persuasion though. So to start persuasion.
Oh, sorry. What is your? It's wisdom saving throw. What's your spell save DC?
13.
13. Okay, so he does get a wisdom saving throw at least to try and not be frightened. It was a 5 though, so he fails.
Yay.
Okay.
And again, flavoring it as like I'm like doing it this way instead of being like, I'm gonna fucking kill you, you know?
Right.
Like I'm
No,
not
for
trying
sure.
to like make him afraid
Oh,
for
for
his
sure.
bodily
No, that's
harm.
definitely noted. That's definitely noted. Okay, got it. Yeah. Look, I can't give him much of a discount. I don't have the authority to do so, and I don't want Sean mad at me either. I can give a temporary discount today, say 20% off for your heroic deeds done and doing whatever it is you did, and we'll call
Even
it good for now.
layaway, even payments, something like that. Way, I mean, Gilmore probably wouldn't be upset with you on that. You're not getting any discounts per se, but you're allowing us to pay these off as we're going and doing good for Whitestone.
I would. What are you trying to? What are you trying to lay away? The items now?
Well, I know that my friend back there wanted that dust of deliciousness. Let's say we throw, 25 down your way now, and then next week another 25, and we just make it some installments. We're here. We're local. We're a part of the Grey Watch. We're not going anywhere.
And you'll still pay full price.
Yes, but just allow us to do it, in a more casual way. That way you don't get in trouble, we don't get in trouble, no one gets in trouble, especially
Fine.
you, Jerry. I couldn't see that for you.
Listen, that's fine. We can do that today.
Okay.
But if I have any kind of audit or if Sean is in town, I must call in the debt immediately.
Absolutely. And at that, I would turn and call to the Derolos immediately. So it'll work out. Both of us will come out clean.
I just lean over to Cell and God, Jerry's crumbling.
He's losing it, man.
Look, the description of this guy is he's a nervous wreck, so you picked the right person to do this.
I was going to say, you gave me a nervous-ass character named Jerry, who I'm just thinking, back to, Jerry from Rick and Morty. I'm like,
yeah,
I
was about to say, this dude's
guy.
a fucking hot mess.
Yeah, I can do this.
I'll reassure him in Elvish, and I'll be like, hey, man, everything's going to be fine. Don't worry.
Right, thank you. That's fine. If you want to do a layaway today, I will accept those terms.
Absolutely. Sal, how much do you have on you? We agreed to about 25. Do you need some assistance with that? Or was that Cores who wanted the dust?
Cores, yeah, I don't need
Oh,
the
my
dust.
bad.
No, I mean, I had the money.
I don't need the dust. I was just wanting to... Once he said the price, I was like, oh, yep, no. I'm good. I don't need it.
Yeah. So, well, in that case, so I don't have egg on my face. Let me throw down 20 for a charm person spell. And I kind of sneer at myself for a second, given what I just did. 20 for a charm person spell today, and I'll come back next week to make another installment on it.
Fantastic. He hands over his the charm person scroll.
Fantastic. It was great doing business with you today, Jerry. I'll make sure to put in a good word.
Please do.
You got a comment box around here, Jerry?
No comment box. Not yet.
All jokes. I'm just...
Oh, right. You're right. Would you like some more of these candy beans?
Yes, and
Can we
I'll
get a
just
small
grab
bag
another
of
handful.
Yeah, he grabs them back from
Yeah.
under the counter and puts all the candy beans in there. Yeah, exactly. And hands them over. Here, all for you. Hands them over.
Oh, Jerry, you're a peach. Thank you so
Bully
much.
this man.
If you find your way down at Journey's End, let them know that you can have a courage and to put it on Cadence's tab.
Thank you. I will.
Absolutely. And she gives him a pat on the back, but it's a little too aggressively hard, just to make him
Really set
feel
it.
extra weak. Yeah. Okay.
Well, so you got Dust of Deliciousness and a Charm Person spell or spell scroll. All right. So give me just a second here. Okay. All right. So the four of you leave Gilmore's Glorious Goods. Malice, they would have spent a little bit of time in there. But you would have, seen them I would say a little bit after breaking off. And the 5 of you gather back together. What would you like to do from here?
So Candace and Course are from here? Like from this town?
Well, Coors is. Well, I'm from nearby, and for the last few years, I've lived here.
Oh. Is there a place in town that has? Go ahead.
I was gonna say I am not from here. I have just been staying at the journey's end, so I've gotten close to those people there.
Is there a shop that sells poisons?
DM?
There is an alchemist in town. Let's see here. The alchemy shop in town is the Nutty Dwarf.
I'll head over there.
Easy enough. You walk in, and the thing that hits you when you first walk in is mostly humidity. You walk in to just feel like a thick air about you, and the air itself feels thick. You look around, you see potion bottles along one wall. Looking down, there's kind of this like a little shelf tower set up that's just kind of a foot by foot, and on those shelves you see different like spell components, different vials filled with just weird things, potion ingredients. You see eyes of various creatures. You'll see like an arm or like a talon of a bird. Just random items here. And then on one side, one wall opposite the potions, you see a lot of like herbalism ingredients. You see different plant bundles. You can smell walking by like some of the mints and lavenders that are on that side of the wall. But you do see behind the counter a female dwarf, black hair. It is cut down a little bit past her shoulders and kind of in one big thick braid. Has a little bit of a 5 o'clock shadow, but is currently just wearing very simple clothing, no armor or anything like that. Looks like not a well, actually, it is a leather apron, kind of similar to the leather worker as well. But you can see that hers has quite a few holes in it. Looks like that the alchemy side of things is a lot more destructive to the leather apron than the leatherworking is. And she kind of looks up from what she's doing and gives you a greeting. Just gives you a hello, nice to see you. Name's yours if you need anything.
My name's Malice. I'm looking for some poison I can put on my arrows.
Poison, eh? Gotta have a special permission to buy poison here.
Well, I work for Percy.
Well, that'll be the permissions you need then. Let's see here. What kind of poison? Just something for your arrows then? Nothing too strong?
Yeah, anything I can just dip my arrows into.
She pulls from behind the counter a box, lifts open the lid, and you can see that there's about 20 vials of different creatures, or different liquids. Says, well, you want? So let's see. Need something that's contact only. We've got crawler mucus here. Crawler mucus. It's gonna. Let's see. Yeah, you can put these on arrows here. Anybody you hit with an arrow is gonna have to, or will be poisoned for a minute if they can't resist it. It also paralyzes them. So this one is quite strong here.
Ooh, I like some paralyzing.
A little expensive, but it'll really help in battle.
How much are we talking?
Well, crawler mucus, we're running that at 175 gold pieces right now.
How many uses?
Well, that's a good question here. Oh, let's see. I would say that would be 5 uses.
What's the cheapest poison we have?
Cheapest poison we got. Let's see here. cheapest poison we got. Well, it's poison-ish. We do have a kind of a truth serum. A creature subjected to this poison, if they can't resist it, they can't knowingly speak a lie. That one we're running for 140 gold pieces. We do also have serpent venom. We got serpent venom that's 140 pieces. But that one has to be. Let's see here. There, you can put that one on. You can put that one on arrows. You can do that one on arrows. Yeah.
What if we strike a deal? If I bring you in poisons from all my adventures, give me a discount.
What kind of poisons are you talking?
Right now, I got one from a two-headed dog that I just collected. You want to have a look at it?
She kind of leans over. You got a vial of death dog poison?
Yeah, you want to check it out? Here it is.
Absolutely, I do. And she takes it, takes a look. You see her pull out like this little, it almost looks like one of the jeweler's glass. She takes it, kind of looks at some of them in the light. Wow, that's real stuff, huh? Okay, all right. Yeah. Tell you what, I'll trade you straight across. Serpent venom and, let's see here. You sure you don't want to use this yourself? This is real powerful stuff.
Oh, I'm going to hold on to this.
I see. I got you.
I'll be.
I see.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll a persuasion check.
Let's see. $19.
19, very nice. You can bring poisons like that. I'll give you a discount. We'll say, if you're looking for the serpent venom, we could call it down to 100 gold pieces today, with the option for store credit when you come and bring those poisons in instead of just straight across gold.
For a store credit?
Yeah, the poisons you bring me, you get store credit rather than just gold, and I'll give you a nice discount today and whenever you're in here.
I like it. I'll shake her hand.
She reaches out, or reaches up, because you're a lot taller than her. She gives a hearty shake.
And I'll say, I'll be in touch.
All right. Anything you want today, then?
No, just browse and then be on my way.
All right. Well, thanks for making the deal.
You.
Yeah, see you when you come back.
Yeah. See you. And then I head out looking for the other guys.
Easy enough. You find them. We'll say you can meet up with them at this point after they had headed into the Whitestone expansion of Gilmore's Glorious Goods.
Sup, guys?
What's going on?
How was the bar?
Oh, it was all right. Didn't do much. Had a drink, and then I went to go check out some poisons.
You still got the death dog poison, right?
Yeah. Still got that. How was your shopping?
I didn't get shit.
It's pretty expensive over here.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah, it'd be pretty expensive.
Cores? Did you get anything?
Yeah. I got some dust of deliciousness.
What's
Some
that?
food. Gonna make some food taste better than usual.
Okay.
I cook if you haven't caught on.
Oh, nice.
Mm-hmm.
I think Iron Shade was telling me about that earlier. He said that you dabble.
I dabble. I mean, I mainly do baking, but could always learn more, I suppose.
Okay. So what's next? What are we doing?
I suppose if no one else has anything that they'd want to do, I guess we head back to go see Percy.
Okay. So you all head from where you're at in Whitestone up the path to Whitestone Castle that overlooks Whitestone, and it takes a bit of a walk to get from here or from where you're at to the castle. As you do, you have to walk up the large avenue out in front of the castle, and you can see the fields outside where there are both Pale Guard and Rifle Corps who are doing various training, mostly range practice, archery, and the Rifle Corps with their muskets, similar to Crane's. But you hear the noises that come along with that, the loud booms coming from the rifles, and walk up to the very, very large Whitestone Castle. For some of you, probably the largest building you have seen. It towers over the rest of Whitestone and stands here as a monument to the Dorolo's rule and the time that they have spent watching over this city, in this region. As you walk into the large, kind of curved at the top doorway with open doors, you enter in and can all immediately hear each of your footsteps. And let me do that. Let's switch this up here. You can all hear your footsteps echoing on the what is in some places marble floor that echoes off the large chambers that travel up for some places 30, 40, 50, 60 feet up.
I have boots of elven kind. My feet don't make sounds.
Okay, got it. So everybody else's boots you can hear on the marble floor, except for Crane.
Pick up your feet when you walk, guys.
And as you move in further, you pass two Pale Guard at the front entrance, and probably about every 150 feet or so, there's a Pale Guard on each side of the walkway in. And you travel in here to down the way here to a central chamber. It is just a straight walk back, and it looks like similar doors to the front, but smaller, a little bit wider as well. And the doors here are closed. And there are Pale Guard that are a little more decorated ornately here. They've got extra gold on some of their pauldrons and a little bit more ornate decoration on their sheaths for their sword. Their shields have a sun tree, but it is gold lined on the outer edge of the shield. And as you approach, they kind of stop you, give a look, and say, "What is your business with the Dorolos?"
You need to get some sort of name tags or something, because this is ridiculous.
Have they not seen us before?
Not specifically these guys wouldn't have, no. You guys are still a new crew. You're the new guys in the Grey Hunt. So much so that the Grey Hunt were kind of like, I don't even really know if we count.
I'm gonna ask them if they're the new guys.
No, we've been on guard here for many years, as a matter of fact.
I'm gonna take my Cloak of Bellowing and kind of move it to the side and show them the Crimson Zodiac belt.
Okay.
And be like, "Do you not know what this is?"
He goes, apologies. We were told of your unit, although I don't see many visible identifying features. Just a moment. You see him open the door. You hear a loud creak. As the door opens and he closes it back. Comes back up probably 2-3 minutes. Says, Lord Dorolo will see you now. And the door opens up, and similar. It looks similar to the rest of Whitestone Castle in decoration, but more of a square room than the rectangular walkway that you have seen up until this point. And it's a very interesting setup in here. It does look like up at the top there was a place that had places where the Drollers would sit, but it seems to have been converted to a table situation where there's a long table with it looks to be 7 or 8 chairs or so behind it, and that is up a couple stairs, like typically where you'd see thrones in this type of castle. And down on the floor in front of you as you walk in, there is a large, probably about 30 foot in diameter emblem of the sun tree, similar to ones that you've seen on the boxes of equipment and standards that the Pale Guard is wearing. But here, there's light coming in through the windows that gleams off of it, giving this majestic feel to this room, almost as if you're in the one of the more, not sacred, it's not religious or anything like that, but one of the more majestic places here in Whitestone. And Percy turns around wearing his signature blue long coat, has a little bit longer beard than the day before, definitely hasn't trimmed up. You see a little bit of bags under his eyes today, a little similar to Jerry, but also very, very different. And he straightens his glasses. He is not sitting up at the table. He is just kind of standing with his hands both kind of grabbed behind his back with a very tense posture, standing just past the emblem of the sun tree down here. And he greets all of you. Hello, crew. It's good to see you all. I see the new recruit has made it here as well. Malice, good to see you again.
Good to see you.
Tell me, what news do you have of the obelisk and the missing party?
So, missing party. Definitely not living anymore. We found some bodies near the obelisk, and upon further investigation, we found this device, and I'll hand him the device. I do warn you, I wouldn't say the words that are on there, because when we did, a portal opened up and several beasts came through it. We did take care of those. So yeah, that's what happened.
And it's kind of a little unnerving because you see no reaction on his face. It is very, very stoic, and he does take the device, but he seems almost lost in thought, almost as if he heard what you had to say and then immediately started thinking down 3 different avenues.
Mm-hmm.
Says, tell me everything, every detail. And I'm not going to make you guys recount every detail, but he's asking for that at least, yeah. And if you guys would do that, then as you go over everything, he's already has a small little tool. It looks like he pulls out like a leather, it's a wrapped leather, not satchel, but like just a little toolkit, and pulls that out and starts kind of doing similar to what you were doing, Crane, kind of testing it out. And he looks over and asks, the string wrapped around it, was that there as well?
No, we put it on there.
And did the panel come off afterwards, or at the point of the ejection of the bead?
Well, I took it apart to see what it looked like and couldn't remember how to put that back on.
I gotta roll about this over.
I feel like as he's telling him this, Kors is just chewing on his cashews that he found.
Okay, go.
Like, this is gonna be good.
For future reference, if there is a device that directly references my family's name and it is something that might cause harm to another, I would appreciate first look at it. I can appreciate the desire to figure out what's going on, and you see him kind of doing this with his hand, like it's like slowly gripping it just a little bit, and like obviously there seems to be no repercussions in this moment. I would ask to be ever careful.
My apologies, Lord Derolo. I'm just gonna kind of like meekly walk back for.
Well, you have all done very well. Do you have any thoughts on this riddle? You are the only ones living who have seen it. Oh,
I have a burning
moment.
question.
Sure.
Where's the bathroom?
He walks over to the door and pushes it open. You hear the and speaks. You see him speaking to the Pale Guard, saying, send out a crew to go collect the bodies, and just reaches his hand out. You'll find it about 600 feet, 16th door on the left.
Sounds good. Be right back.
Okay. Mouse heads off to go to the 16th door on the left. And Percy comes back in. Any ideas?
Well, when I took this apart, was able to deduce that it opened a portal to the Shadowfell.
The damn Shadowfell. So you're telling me that yesterday we killed Gloomstalker, and today a portal to that damned plane has been opened up?
Yes.
And you can tell he's staying reserved as possible, but you do see a throbbing vein on his head.
I was gonna ask if I could do an insight check on kind of his reaction to the Shadowfell.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
Is there anything you can tell us about the Shadowfell? I wanted to ask that too. So.
That was a 23 insight.
23 insight. Okay. What I'll say, and you're picking this up as he's answering Crane. Actually, Crane, go ahead and roll persuasion for me too. I'd say with advantage because you guys got that mission successful. You can definitely tell there was a nervousness there. It was a nervousness because it's this odd mix of like anger and confidence. You kind of get the sense of like a resolve of like, well, fine, we'll go do it again then. But there's also this nervousness of what else, kind of this like, what else could be going on? We've already done this. It's nervousness of you can definitely see that it's related to this device. And I think with a 23, you can tell he's now that his name is caught up in it, that has really kind of been a gut punch and is probably why he's not able to keep his restraint. And how'd that persuasion check look?
I got a 15.
A 15, okay. Well, it is not a pleasant place. Well, most of it at least. There is the Raven Queen actually has a small corner of the Shadowfell called Latherna that she stays. However, it is also home to things that are much, much, much darker. It is the place where Vox Machina fought against the Whispered One. It is not a place that is safe for most people, whether it be vampires, wyverns made of shadow, whether it be demons leaking there from other planes. It is a plane of darkness. It's not a place you want to go to. And if there are creatures leaking out from it into our land, then we are in dire need of more information.
Well, I appreciate that information. I am truly sorry I broke the device.
He kind of just closes his eyes a little bit and gives that same that he did the day before when he was a little frustrated about the cannons not working as well as he had hoped. It does not seem that you have done any damage. So for that I'm thankful. I could appreciate the curiosity. Just proceed with caution. Please.
Percy, if you don't mind me asking, but do these words mean anything to you? I mean...
What do I lack? What do I lack? What do the nobles, Devolos lack? I lack... grace. I lack poise. I lack restraint. I lack caution. And he kind of looks at Crane with understanding eyes. I lack... What? My life is everything I can ask for. We do things for the people of Briarwood, for my family. What do I lack?
Could it be a person?
I don't know if there's a person that I'm lacking in wanting to see or wanting to meet. Perhaps if lacking was more... He kind of gets a very worried look on his face. If lacking was missing. If a person was missing, and he runs back to the front to the Pale Guard and starts yelling at them, I want a head count on all of the Drolos, now! And you hear the Pale Guard start to run off, and you hear his footsteps running off as well.
Would I know what family members there are?
I can
him
roll
and
a
his wife?
history check. I'd say with advantage, because you've been living in Whitestone.
That's only... Actually, you know what? I'm going to use my inspiration.
All right, yeah.
I'll
And
guide.
that's just an extra
Okay,
one roll,
guidance too.
correct?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And you got some guidance thrown out there.
Guidance.
I would say normally it needs to be before the first roll, but inspiration is a little more generous.
16.
16, okay. 16 is enough. You do know that there are 5 Dorolo children on top of Percy and Vexalia. So you've got Lord Percival Dorolo, you've got Lady Vexalia Dorolo. Cassandra Dorolo is Lord Percy's sister. She is also often in Whitestone. As for their children, there's Vesper Dorolo, who is very similar in appearance to her father. She has long white hair and takes a bit more after him. There is also the youngest, Gwendolyn Dorolo. She actually is presenting as a tiefling. It would seem that one of the bloods of Vexalia or Percy had a bit of tiefling in it. There is also Wolf and Leona. They are twins who take much more after Vexalia. With Leona bearing a striking resemblance to her mother. And then let's see. There is also the young wolf Dorolo. No, hold on. Sorry. No. Yeah, the young one, younger than the twins, is Vaxeldan Dorolo, or Vaxeldan Dorolo.
Okay.
So in total, 3 girls, 2 boys, 1 set of twins.
Okay. Well, kind of picking up on what he was saying, I guess I would start, or maybe we should all start helping them look for the rest of the Dorolos.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. I would say as you kind of all make that decision and start looking around, after a few minutes, you see Percy running back up, running full speed. Gwendolyn, she's missing. She was last seen going down to the crypts. God damn it. Vax, why didn't you tell us? We're sending as many as we can down now, but I think you can get down there the fastest. I'm going to the rifle corps to get as many as I can to send down. But if you can head down there now, we'll meet you there.
Start running towards there.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Even though I don't know where it's at.
Start running.
Yeah.
Got it. With that, you all start running towards the crypts of the Dorolos. And Whitestone itself does have a cemetery that's on the outskirts, but the crypts here for the Dorolo family themselves are on the property of Castle Whitestone. And before you leave, Percy kind of gives you quick directions that you need to go to the north side of the castle. There's an exit. He kind of points to an exit down the long hallway and says once you get there, you can see the catacomb entrance up top, and it leads down into the crypts.
Being in the Whitestone Rifle Corps, would I know how to get there?
I would say even, especially with the directions that you would, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I don't know if there's anything that I would know about this, but I have locate objects. So my thought is if there's like a necklace or something that she wears regularly, if there's like a painting or something of it, if there's anything I can try and use to hone in on her exact position.
Okay. So it's something you would have asked Percy before splitting off?
Mm-hmm. Or somebody in the Corps, like obviously he's really upset. So if I could just get somebody's attention to be like, hey.
Okay.
You know.
I'll say go ahead and roll a general investigation check just to represent finding somebody who would know that information.
15.
15. You do find a pale guard, one of the ones who had been guarding the room that you had met Percy, Lord Dorolo in. It says, yeah, she keeps an owlbear plushie. It's kind of got a humanoid look. It's missing an eye on the right side.
Okay. Is that enough for it to be familiar to me? Like, that's pretty specific.
Pretty specific. The missing eye especially is what...
Okay.
And correction, it's actually the left eye.
Okay. And
right eye looking at it. So it's left eye.
For, like, kind of flavor, too, because obviously I am also a red tiefling, I'm going to kind of throw in that, too, of, like, you know, locate objects specified on that owlbear plushie, but, like, try and hone in on like a larger view of like a little girl who looks similar to me-ish, you know, also holding it, and try and hone that in. And it's within 1,000 feet.
Oh, very nice.
And I'm going to be still heading down towards where everyone is. And it says if the object is in motion, you know the direction of its movement.
Okay. So what I'd say is if it's within 1,000 feet, then when you get probably about 200 feet or so away from the entrance of the crypt, you get a ping. You get a ping down and directly in front of you into the crypt.
Okay. I'm going to share that information and keep heading toward that direction.
Okay. All right, so you all get to the crypt. There are already guards. There are 2 pale guard and 1 member of the rifle corps who are standing outside. It seems they've opened the door and their focus is inward. They are making sure that nobody leaves here. They see all of you. They give you a nod as if they were expecting you to come. Seems like Lord Dorolo got word out through the Pale Guard to keep an eye out for you. And you stand here at the door, and you look now at this like mausoleum here on the outside, and it is very ornate. You see two miniature sun trees carved on either side of the entrance that almost connect over to make this archway over the top. But you stand outside of the Dorolo family crypts.
I did have a question. At any point, like kind of building up to this, would we have had enough time to have a short rest?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, if you guys wanted to throw a short rest in, I'll say if you had intended to do that, you guys had stopped off in town enough to do so.
Okay.
And you're pretty sure that you don't think Lord Dorolo would realize that you stopped in to rest before coming to see him.
What he doesn't know won't hurt him. All right. You said we're standing right outside the
Yeah.
Does anything seem like strange or out of the ordinary, I guess?
I would say if you want to roll a perception check, you can see if you see anything that looks weird.
It's cocked. 19.
19. Everything looks in place. There's two Pale Guard and one member of the Rifle Corps out here. They seem, you don't see anything weird with them. They're just kind of posted up, waiting for others. But everything looks pretty standard.
Well,
We
we
going
heading
in?
in? Yeah.
Does it look dark down there?
It does. There are torches lit at the entrance, but that's it.
Can everybody here see in the dark?
I can.
I have dark vision.
I do also.
Same.
Can I flavor my Lightbringer to like act as a torch?
I think it does light up on its own, though, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Too.
I mean,
Also, I think it actually is a thing.
Um,
That's because the name of it's Dawnbringer, right?
Oh, it is. Yeah. Lightbringer. Yeah, this weapon glows as bright as a torch. when
Yeah,
it's-
you're good, man.
commands.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Oh,
Nice. Hell yeah.
You can absolutely do it because it says you can.
Yeah. Read the fine print.
Got it. So as Cell pulls out the mace to light it up in there for him, the rest of you head down. And Cadence, you still have that ping. It doesn't seem to be moving. And it's about 2 stories worth of steps down to the first level. You can tell the ping at this point is still probably about another 400 feet in front of you, with more stairs leading down further. You get into this first level here, and you do see 2 sarcophagi at the top with effigies of the Dorolos that are kept there, that are buried there, on top of the lid of it. And you can see that there are also along the wall kind of those spots where there are others who were maybe not actual rulers of Whitestone, but still members of the Dorolo family as well. And each of them has a name and a date, and all very ornate, very, very nice stonework and engravings. The best of care was taken in these rooms.
I'm gonna start calling out to Gwendolyn.
Okay. You yell out. Go ahead and roll a perception check.
Mm-hmm. 15.
15, okay. You do hear at that point like an odd clanging.
Mm.
It almost, with a 15, it's kind of hard to tell, but it sounds like a chain may be involved.
I don't like that. I'm gonna run a little faster towards it.
Okay. Everybody heading down for the next set of stairs. Okay. As you move down further, this time to another level, very similar to the one you're at now, you can tell another 200 feet. So you keep running down. Finally, the third stairwell looks like that it ends with a entrance, kind of a doorway that is larger than the others. And you can see that there is light coming from this one as well. You can tell now that you're maybe 100 feet away. You're close. Get 90, 80. You see that there's torchlight of some sort coming from this room. What are you all doing at this point?
Gwendolyn?
The clanging again. And this time you can tell it's chain. It sounds like on rock, maybe chain on floor, but it is getting louder and more frequent now that you're down here.
Can I see anything?
Do you want to move down further to take a look into the room? You guys are probably about like 25 feet up the steps now. You'd have to move closer to take a look in.
Yeah.
So I have a message. It says you can cast it through solid objects if you are familiar with the target. Now, how familiar would I have to be?
I would say because you know specifically who she is, because you guys, kind of familiar with the object too. I would say you're familiar. It's not somebody new. I think that's fine for this instance of it. You know what I mean?
Okay. If I know the general direction, then I would try and use that before going into the room and just say, hey, Gwendolyn, my name's Kors. I work for your father. We're trying to make sure you're safe. Is there anything in the room with you that's dangerous that we need to know about? If she can respond.
You wait a few seconds longer. Don't get a response.
Nothing. Okay.
I'm gonna cast Eyes of the Grave.
Okay. Grave player
Location
stuff.
Any location of undead within 60 feet.
Okay. Nothing pings currently.
Okay. Take that.
I think we just got to move in.
Yeah. I don't think that Cadence would be super cautious, especially when it's little kids involved. She's gonna fall for that trap every time.
Okay. So you all move into the room here and see torchlight in this room. This room itself is much larger and more ornate than the rooms you had been in previously. You see that there are torches lit along the walls. Even there's 2 pillars as you enter into this room. Those have lit torches on them. You see that there are ornate kind of gargoyle-like statues that have large braziers in them. Those are lit as well. There's quite a bit of light here in this room. And immediately across from the doorway as you enter in, you can see probably about another 40 feet away on the other side of the room, you see Gwendolyn. And you see her sitting on the ground, her legs to the side, and her hands are bound in manacles, and she's hitting them against the ground. And as you look at her, she's opening her mouth, but no words are coming out.
I'm immediately looking around the room for any kind of threats.
Sure, yeah.
I'm gonna just rush towards her.
Okay, go ahead and roll a perception check. Cadence, you rush up. What's everybody else doing?
I'm gonna run up with Cadence just to help her in case anything pops up.
Okay.
24.
24. Okay, got it. And then Crane and Mouse, what are you doing?
Just holding where I'm at. Yeah.
Okay.
Just gonna look around, get my bow and arrow ready.
The 2 ranged guys are getting ready to be ranged guys.
Ready to shoot things.
Noted. Got it. What I'll say, Cores, you look around the room, you can see kind of there are only 4 sarcophagi in here, one on each corner of the room, as well as a statue of what looks like an early Derolo on the left side of the wall. But what you pick up as you see Cadence and Cell running towards Gwendolyn is a small, very similar device to what you all had just found out by the obelisk.
And that's it. Like it's just sitting there.
Yeah, it's just sitting there. Yeah,
Okay.
sitting there in front of Gwendolyn.
All right. Well, if we don't have, I guess I'm just waiting to see what happens when they approach her.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely.
Then like, we all picked up on the fact that she was speaking, but we couldn't hear her, right?
I would say so. Yeah, everybody would have seen that.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, got it. I would say Cadence and Cell, when you get to be about 10 feet away from Gwendolyn, you see just in front of her this device as well, even with just passive perception. It's plainly laying in the floor.
I would run. She ran first, so I would try to catch up to her and like pull her hand back, and, like point out, "Hey, watch out!" You know, it's that same device.
What's your investigation look like, Cell?
Decent.
I got a +2.
Yeah, you take it.
Okay. I'd like to roll investigation to see if, in aiding her, it would trigger anything.
Go ahead and roll that investigation check.
With my perception check, did it seem like there was any like immediate danger?
Not that you could tell.
If I have time, I'd like to ritual cast detect magic.
Okay, yeah. It'll take 10 minutes, but
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you can start that process.
I got a 17.
A 17, okay. With a 17, you don't see anything in particular. You see the device on the ground there, but you don't see anything connecting to it from that point. You can see that there's writing on it, but you're too far away to say anything. Or to see what it says specifically. And you do see that Gwendolyn is still...
Mm-hmm. And do I see the plushie near her?
You do. She's holding it, and she's... you look, and it's kind of a little odd. She's a little old for a plushie. She's probably 10 or 11. So it's not something you normally see, but given the situation, you're thinking, maybe she had it while she was in bed. She's wearing her normal clothes. Maybe she had it with her. You're not sure exactly why, or why she has it, but it's definitely like she's clutching it very strongly, and is very much a comfort to her. You can tell even with just passive insight.
And her hands are the only thing that's chained that I can see?
Mm-hmm.
Gwendolyn, can you get up and come to us slowly?
She looks down at the device and looks back up at you, and she just kind of shakes her head no. And what she does is she does stand up right where she's at, but she kind of points with her finger and makes a line that's kind of right across where the device is.
Okay, Gwendolyn, stay calm. We're going to figure out how to fix this. Are you in any pain right now, or are you just feeling scared?
She shakes her head.
Okay. I think what might be a good idea is if we call your father in to take a look, because if you know something's rigged here, I don't want to do anything that's going to harm you. And I think your dad might be the best person to look. You agree with that, Gwendolyn?
She kind of meekly.
Okay. And I'll look back at the group and specifically at Crane and Malice here in the back and say, we need to get Percy down here. There's some sort of trap and I don't know what it is. Crane, do you want to take a look before? Though, given Percy's last...
You want to touch it?
Yeah, I was going to say, I think Percy would want to be the one to take a look at it and make any decisions that need to be made. Why is he not down here already?
Me and Craig can go grab Percy.
Please, I'll stay here and keep her calm. Gwendolyn, do you like songs about princesses or fairy tales?
And she kind of clutches the owlbear plushie up a little higher, and she shakes her head yes.
I'm gonna take out my harp and I'm gonna just start calmly playing her some tunes to try and keep her calm and to kind of minimize the intensity of the moment while we wait for her dad.
Okay, yeah, go ahead and roll a performance check.
I hope my performance isn't as shit as last time. That'd be terrible. Like, 22.
22, very nice. You see her kind of like, you see her shoulders just drop. And you see not a full smile, but just a little bit of, she closes her eyes and there's a little bit of calm, and you see her just kind of dancing to it a little bit.
Perfect.
And then you see her almost like start to sing along, but no words come out of her mouth. We'll say at this point, detect magic goes off.
So his looks like just like pulses of that lavender color coming off his eyes, and I'm just scanning everything around her, and especially where she said drew the line.
Okay. And you can see essentially a magical trigger here. That there is a very simple spell attached to it. Let me take a look, actually. And that spell school is transmutation. And you get like the that it's very, very simple.
Is it
but
like...
it looks like something that is kind of stored there as opposed to it's a magical trap of sorts to trigger a very simple spell.
Okay.
But it does look like it's I would say with the tech magic up you get this probably, and based on everything that's been going on, probably proximity based.
Okay. Does it go completely around her? Do I see it like kind of cut out at any point?
Yeah, essentially what it does is it creates like a box around her and goes up to the wall.
Okay.
So it doesn't go up the wall or anything, but there are 3 sides to it. It goes along this way and then each of her side to the wall.
So there's no clear path? No.
Nothing on the ground.
I could just kind of relay that to everyone.
Okay. Got it. At that point, I would say Malice and Crane get back up to the top of the crypts, and you see both Lord Percival DeRollo and now for the first time Malice, you see Lady Vexalia DeRollo as well. You see a large bow in her hands, and behind them, you see about, it's hard to really estimate, but you could guess it's about 80 to 100 troops. There are about 50-50 split between Pale Guard and Rifle Corps, with the Rifle Corps following Percy, the Pale Guard closer to following Vexalia, but all of them are moving very, very quickly towards you. And they make it up to you, and Percy just kind of yells out, "What's going on? Where is she? What have you found?"
She is shackled on the 2nd floor behind one of those devices that we handed you earlier.
And you hear Vexalia now, shit. And she looks at Percy and says, "You go, I'll stay here." And pulls back or knocks an arrow. "If anything comes out, we'll get them." And Percy kind of gives a nod and starts running down the stairs. And he looks back to the Rifle Corps and starts barking orders and says, 25 of you, stay out here on the top. 10 of you on each floor, down to the bottom. The rest of you behind me on the stairs. And starts running down, followed by all of those who are doing that. And you all can start to hear, who are still down here, Cores, Cadence, and Cell, you can start to hear the many footsteps coming down the stairs. And I would say at this point, Cadence, you and Cell, even with just passive perceptions, can see the writing on top of this device from where you are. Now that, actually, Cores, you were up investigating the line as well. That might even been what allowed the close inspection of this device to happen. But you can see the words up on the top of the device, and this one says, "The sins of the father, passed down by blood." And as you are reading that, you see Percy bursting into this room now with a pepper box in his hand and a fierce look in his eye. He looks and sees Gwendolyn, and without even acknowledging the rest of you in the room, starts to move towards her.
I stop him and tell him what I see.
And he looks at you. When you stop him before you say anything, he looks at you with a burning anger in his eyes, and you almost see fire in those eyes. But you start to speak and tell him what's going on, and you feel that you can literally feel his muscles kind of untense beneath you, and listens to what you have to say about it.
Would my detect magic still be up?
I'd say so.
When he started to rage a little bit, would I have picked up on anything from him?
That's a great question. No, mostly. I'm going to say no, mostly. Because it wasn't, you didn't see any magic. It was almost like you saw a bit of smoke where magic was.
Okay.
Does that make sense? Like, you don't see magic, but there's almost a little bit of like
something was there,
magic.
But
yeah, a little bit of dissipation of magic for sure.
I'm just gonna store that one in the bank. But yeah, I just explained to him what I see and say we definitely need somebody to dispel this. My skills aren't that high.
And he yells back up the Pale Guard, "Get Pike Trickfoot right now!"
As soon as he hears that, his eyes are gonna go, oh!
Do you like actually say that?
Me? No, I don't say. I'm just you're gonna see my action go. Oh, yeah.
I imagine you just start smoothing down your hair and getting all
like,
oh well,
getting everything off.
Like fix you.
Yeah. Like, oh yeah.
Oh, it looks better if I billow it this way.
Yeah. Like off to the side, talking to myself, like
pumping yourself up.
Yeah.
All right. With that, I would say Crane and Malice are back in the room now as well, and you all see Percy just kind of walk, and he drops his pepper box off to the side as he just kneels down in front of Gwendolyn, and he just kind of almost in a defeated way just looks at her, knowing he can't do anything in this moment without triggering whatever this device is. And you can sense a very real helplessness in this kind of kneeling down, getting on his knees, and he just kind of looks at the device and looks at her and says, "I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Gwendolyn. This is because of me. And I'm so sorry for that."
I'd like to try and cut him off because he's kind of undoing all of the calming work I just did. I think I'd be like, Lord Percy, I think you probably know the song too. Care to do a harmony? And kind of look at him like, bro, she's a kid. Like, I get it, you're intense, but like, she's a kid. This is not helping.
Just giving him those eyes, like, shut up.
Yeah, like anyone who's been around adults and kids, when conversations turn, is like, this is not the time.
So, give me a persuasion check on that.
Okay. Uh, 21.
21. He looks up at us. "Do you know Through the Raven's Eyes?"
Absolutely.
That is a wonderful song from my past, and it always brought me comfort. Perhaps it shall bring comfort to Gwendolyn as well.
What do you think, Gwendolyn? Should we play that one next?
And she shakes her head real big on that.
I will. Depending on the song, whether it's something that's better played on a lute or a harp or something, I'll adjust whatever instrument that I have. I've got a small lute and a harp and like a little flute in my sack, so I'll adjust accordingly, and then also invite any of the other people around while we're waiting for Pike. Just like, if any of you know this song as well, feel free to join in.
And I would say it's a common enough song, everybody would know it. The rest of the four of you.
I join in.
I would not.
I am too fixated on prepping myself to see.
I'm gonna go outside and catch some air.
Okay. Got it. As you head outside, you see now Lady Vexalia heading down into the chamber with an armor-clad gnome, kind of like not almost very flashy white hair, scar on the side of the face, mace out, very similar to Cells. Now that you're seeing them run up.
As soon as I see them, I change my mind. And
okay,
something's about to happen.
Okay, and follow them down. And you all hear now just two sets of footsteps waiting long enough. You hear a bit of armor and see Pike Trickfoot and Lady Vexalia Derolo enter into the room. And you hear Pike say, "Where the fuck is it?" as she moves in her armor. And Cell, you see she's got mace out, lit up mace, fully matching yours. But you see an intensity on her face as well. And she moves with great purpose over towards Gwendolyn. And you see Gwendolyn kind of, it's this weird moment of like almost jerking from the noise, kind of like a little bit scared from the noise, but then sees Pike and like stands up straight and is kind of jumping up and down, obviously seeing what is effectively her aunt coming to help out here. And you see Pike, she puts her mace away and grabs her symbol to the Everlight. And as she does, she grabs that symbol and it starts to glow. You can see the glowing beneath her hand. And Cell, you feel it. Even from a distance, you feel the glow of the Everlight starting to glow from within you as well. And you look down and see your symbol is glowing as well. And as she looks up, she opens her eyes, and her eyes are glowing just with this purple yellow. Excuse me. Your eyes are purple with this bright yellow that lights up the room. It's got firelight flickering, but the flickering goes away because this light is just so intense coming from her eyes. And she kind of kneels down and puts her hand on right in front of this device and says, "Everlight, guide me." And you see light coming from her hand, and it reaches out, and it with Cores, you're just on the last bit of that detect magic. You see this golden light extend outwards, and almost like liquid filling in gaps, it hits that line, that square, and it starts to eat away at it and make a path in. And so now that that's open, you see Percy kind of move a bit closer, and she's, wait, let me do this too. And does a very kind of similar process for the device. And as you all kind of look around here at the room, at the heavy hitters who are very worried about what's happening right now, along with you, you can see Lady Vexalia looking around the room, taking stock. And after Pike dispels the magic with her very, very high level that she's casting it at, Percy reaches down and grabs the device and looks to all of you and says, "Well, I think it's time we've had a hunt." That's where we're going to end the session for the day.
He didn't even go for his daughter?
Lady Vexalia was there to actually scoop up Gwendolyn, but you do see that he went for the device first, and that is something to note, that in that moment, his thoughts went to, we have to find who did this. And
Percy
he did
being
look to
Percy.
make sure Vex was there.
Percy being
but
Percy.
Yeah.
Percy's being Percy. So,
Mhm.
with that, thank you for everybody watching or checking out the VOD afterwards. I forgot a little bit of housekeeping at the top of the session. So real quick, we use music from filmmusic.io. Anything we use from Film Music down in the panels, link to each of the songs. We also use official Critical Role music. Welcome to Wildmount. Welcome to Taldore. Both fantastic albums. If you'd like to purchase those for yourself, check them out down in the panels. But with that, that is it for this crew. We'll see you in a couple weeks for the next one. Bye.